The big question, can anyone stop Kyle Busch today, trying to win his first ever Xfinity race in his hometown? The race coming up next on FS1. Welcome back to Xfinity Series Racing from Las Vegas. Today's guest analyst is great with wheels and words, I think. Clint Boyer tried to put a good spin on last week's Supercross pole shot crash. He called it a third-grade dream come true. I think he was channeling Denny Hamlin's second-grade essay, saying he wanted to grow up and win the Daytona 500. But Clint's childhood penmanship seems a little fishy to me. I don't know. So we sentenced Clint as punishment for the week to work for the second weekend in a row alongside these two guys, Adam Alexander and Michael Waltrip. Hey, guys, what do you think of that artwork, I'll call it?
You knocked it out of the park last week with the whole shot challenge, you know?
Yeah, and actually you knocked it out of the park with me calling it clear back in third grade. So what a wild deal. A lot of fun to be able to relive all your motocross dreams, and one last time.
When did you
be the last time.
When did you recognize you were in over your head? Pretty late in the going?
When the corner went that way.
All right, let's fast forward to today. NASCAR Xfinity Series, third race of the year. Kyle Busch is on the pole just like he was last week. Had never won at Atlanta. He did that 7 days ago, but he's got a pretty decent history. 3 runner-up finishes here, Michael.
Yeah, watch how close he's been to winning this race. He could taste at a restart having the lead, but having it taken away from him. He's always been really competitive. This is his hometown. He wants to win here worse than anything in the world and just hasn't quite been able to get there. Close, though.
Kyle Busch was 0 for 11 at Atlanta. He made it 1 for 12. He's 0 for 11 here at Las Vegas. Again, trying to make it 1 for 12. As I said, starting on the pole alongside Eric Jones, just like last week. But, Clint, that didn't work good for EJ at Atlanta.
No, it didn't. We learned from our mistakes, and certainly that first start was a mistake for Eric Jones. But, guys, we watched Kyle Busch win that first one at Atlanta last week. I'm thinking we're going to see him watch it, win right here at home in Las Vegas.
So Eric Jones beat Kyle Busch to the start-finish line. That is not allowed at the start of the race. Had a pass-through penalty. Good news for Eric Jones. He rallied back to finish in the 3rd position. And this is a track where Eric has been to victory lane. Got the checkers in the Camping World Truck Series here in the fall of 2014. If he wins today, he'll be in the chase. We'll get the green flag momentarily. Now we're getting the command. Let's go trackside.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal, Senior Vice President and Chief Marketing Technology Officer for Boyd Gaming, Chris Jabez, joined by members of the United States Air Force Thunderbirds.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines have fired for 40 Xfinity Series cars. Plenty of anticipation, especially for this guy, Brendan Gaughan. He would love a hometown win. We're going from the driver's seat with him next on FS1. It's all about getting lucky when you come to Las Vegas, right?
Yes, that's right.
Green flag in the air. We're off and rolling in Las Vegas. I think we can see a surprise in victory lane this afternoon.
That's NASCAR at its finest there. Oh, sideways.
And you know what? I think this race is wide open for one of these young drivers today.
Stay tuned. This could get big.
I like it. Come on.
Today marks the 20th time the NASCAR Xfinity Series is competed here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, superior performing tires to face the challenging conditions on the track and the road. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR. The cars have rolled off. 8th in line, Las Vegas's own Brendan Gaughan. Let's hear from him from the driver's seat. Clint.
Hey, Brendan, it's Clint. You got it, me?
Leaving a ton of rubber. So when we just went around, it was dark, and as we crossed it, we pick all that rubber up. Just remind me of that under caution, because it was just real big watching us go through 1 and 2.
Hey, Brendan, it's Boyer up in the booth. You got us?
Got you, guys.
Well, we're sitting here listening to you talk about the rubber up high. That was where I was going with this. We all know you like it high, wide, and handsome. Is that going to be your ticket for success today?
Me? Like on the high side? Yeah, you know me. I don't care what track I'm at. I generally like the high side. But 3 and 4, the bottom's been really good for our South Point Chevy all practice. But I can see that the Cup guys really burned in a nice middle to high groove here. So I'll definitely be the one to test the waters pretty soon.
It's your hometown, bud. No one is more fun than you when you start talking about Vegas. What would a win here today mean? And I know you've got the South Point Chevy to do the job with.
Yeah, Richard gives me great stuff, Michael, and I love Richard Childress for what he's done for my career. And winning here, I did it in 2003 in the trucks, and man, I would love to hear this Vegas crowd cheer for the South Point guys and my family if we could win this one today. It'd be big for us at home. I would love to hear it.
Well, have fun bouncing through the bumps and hanging on to the high groove, and we'll check in with you later.
Thanks, Michael. Thank you, guys.
You know what the party would be like if he got to victory lane here this afternoon? They'd be celebrating well into the night, huh?
We would definitely be at South Point.
You know, and I think his attitude from behind the wheel, that's what it feels like to race a car. Some people are more focused and serious and at different times, but that's how everybody feels when they're in the car driving. It's just how Brendan acts.
I totally agree with you. You know, you see that in drag racing a lot. You know, those guys go 300 miles an hour. There's only a few of them. John Force, for instance, that gets out and does an interview like he went 300 miles an hour. That's Brendan Gaughan for our sport of NASCAR.
Gaughan starting in the 8th position here this afternoon, a lap and a half before we go green. So let's hear from our pit reporters. We start off with Matt Yoakum. Hey, Matt.
Adam, it's been a challenging 2 weeks, Las Vegas and Atlanta for Team Penske. Now, during the offseason, they made significant changes to their fleet of race cars, trying to take a step forward in performance, but they've actually taken a step back. So every mile on the racetrack, due to no testing, is a big learning opportunity for Team Penske. Brad Keselowski told me that they have found some areas that they need to work on, but he said the biggest area is just overall lack of speed. He starts outside the top 15. Chris?
Well, Matt, Chase Elliott still coming off that win at Daytona. A lot of momentum on his side, starting behind the Joe Gibbs racing cars today. He said the key, though, is going to be getting off the corner. He said they had a good car in practice, but to beat Kyle Busch today, he's got to get off the corner better. And his crew chief, Dave Ellens, he says over the course of this race, we're going to get more and more cloud cover. So the key to victory at this race, staying in front of those adjustments. Vince Welsh?
Well, as we've discussed, Kyle Busch is the favorite. He's the all-time winningest driver in this series. But if you're looking for his best challengers, well, you don't even have to go outside the Joe Gibbs racing team, and that includes Mexico's Daniel Suarez, who runs the 19 car. He opened the season with back-to-back top 10s. The speed is there. He's shown the performance potential. It's just a matter of time until it all comes together. It's not if, it's when. And Adam Suarez might not be the favorite, but it wouldn't be a foolish bet if your money is on the 19 today.
You said it, Vince. Those Gibbs cars have been strong all weekend long. The 2016 Toyota Camry XSE leads the field today in Las Vegas. It'll do the same here tomorrow.
The Toyota pace cars leading the field, and the Toyotas are 1, 2, 3 at the start. But Chase Elliott there in the 4th position. Adam, he's going to have a great day today.
He's got the Toyotas up front. Heard from Chris Neville about Chase Elliott, and that 88 should be strong. Top 5 here last couple of years. He joins them on row 2 as we look at the numbers. 77 degrees right now, 200 laps, 300 miles.
You know, guys, just coming from practice, the one thing that really surprised me, and you know, you knew it was coming, but it did surprise us, is the grip level in this track in happy hour. It really got slick, forced, like Brendan said, us to go out and search around for some grip. And, you know, we got some audio here. Let's listen in.
Therefore, guys, we have a really fast race car right here all weekend long. Let's have some fun here and let's get our first win. How does that sound? Sounds like a plan.
I just love the energy of Daniel Suarez and his crew chief, Scott Graves, came over from the Roush Fenway organization. They have been a really good fit, back-to-back top 10s to start 2016.
Well, you just always love to hear that enthusiasm in those young drivers. He's in a fast, hot ride, and he's right. They do have a shot at winning this thing.
Another teenager in a fast, hot rod is that 33 car, Brandon Jones. He was really fast in practice yesterday. He could be a real threat today as well.
We've been watching him for a few weeks now, and even back to last year, he's really improved and learned a lot. I think he's got a shot.
Time for the 3rd race in 2016, our 20th visit to Sin City. We are green at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
So one looks a lot more clean here.
Yeah, Eric was getting a push from Chase Elliott. Chase was like, we got to go. Eric said, I'm not going too soon. That didn't work last week. Look at them spread out already. 3, 4 wide back through the field.
You see Brendan Gunn already looking to the outside. Didn't take him long.
Chase Elliott moving good in that outside lane, following Eric Jones. 3 wide here, and now we go on board with Brendan Gunn outside of his teammate. That's tied into 3. Wow.
Man, I'm telling you, that's flirting with disaster there. You can see the car right in front of him right there loose already. This is what you have to be to set up for a long run. They haven't been on the track in a while.
We got a spinner on the front.
24 of Corey LaJoie through the infield grass. First caution of the after day, and first caution of the day, and that plays right into what we always see here, an early caution at Las Vegas.
Yeah, this track is famous for long runs, but we never make it past lap 10 before we get a spin early.
Yeah, just a product of a lot of things there. Obviously, the guy on the outside got into the wall, but, you know, the car in front of him, they were 3 wide. He was trying to hold it off the guy. The guy touched the wall, got into his right front, just turned him around.
Yeah, Ryan Preece bounced off the wall. And Clint, you know this. You're driving off of what the cars are doing around you to a certain extent.
Absolutely.
You can't see the road, so you're trusting the guy you're racing is not going to run into the wall. When he did, bounced off, and it just spun Corey out.
Yeah, but there was a lot of things going on there. He had a car right in front of him, which he didn't have a lot of air on his front nose and wasn't turning the best. He was shoving it into that guy on the outside, trying to stay off of him and just run out of real estate.
This is the 15th time in 20 races at Las Vegas. Our first caution has happened prior to lap 15. Corey LaJoie sliding through the grass.
Las Vegas Motor Speedway, one of the big keys here is to get your race car to get through the bumps with the grip.
The speeds are so high here at Vegas, there's so much grip.
This place has got a lot of grip. Tires don't wear out as much. As hot as it is here, it's never easy to keep your car driving good and handling good, especially at the end of 200 laps.
Whoever can get through the bumps the best and keep their tire underneath them the longest should have a good shot at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Bottom line, this is a very challenging racetrack, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and now our Ford Performance track facts. Look at the Ford victories here. They have been strong over the years. Brad Keselowski winning in 2014, swept the weekend, also won on Sunday in Las Vegas a couple of years ago.
You could almost add Ryan Blaney to that list. Side by side, coming to the white flag last year to win this baby. Came up a little bit short, but you're right, Adam, a rich sport history here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Pretty good horses right there driving them babies too.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of those wins courtesy of the Roush Fenway organization, all-time wins leader, not only in the Xfinity Series, but also at the Sprint Cup level. And here's a Ford out of Richard Petty Motorsports. Jeb Burton, what's the story there, Chris?
Well, you can see a little bit of damage on that right front corner from that contact on lap 1. And Jeb Burton did come to pit lane. The team wanted to really check that corner because we weren't up to speed. They didn't know if that tire was going to be rubbing. And this team has been behind, so the last thing they wanted to do was put a car in the wall.
Great run last week for Jeb Burton, top 10 at Atlanta. And that team out of the gates stronger than what most would have believed because they got such a late start.
Yeah, absolutely. But a strong pedigree, great family. They're racers, man. That's what they do. They don't focus on anything but racing. And Jeb has certainly done a great job in whatever he's been in over the years.
Kyle Busch started on the pole today, just like he did a week ago. Got a good jump on Eric Jones, who runs second. Chase Elliott started in the 4th position. He was able to get around Daniel Suarez. He's 3rd. Suarez is 4th. And Justin Allgaier in the top 5.
And remember, Adam, we talked about Eric Jones not beating Kyle Busch to the start-finish line on the initial start. Well, that's over now. You can beat the leader to the start-finish line on a restart. You just can't start before he does. So look for Jones, the rookie, with a lot of speed and a lot of talent, to be more aggressive on this restart.
Well, we saw that on the original start. You saw him dragging the brakes. The car behind him got to his bumper and was wanting to push him, and he wasn't going to fall for that one. I bet he lets that help come on now. Now it's his teammate, right?
Now that's a good pusher there when you got your buddy behind you.
It's still Kyle Busch you're trying to outrun to the line.
That's going to be difficult no matter who's behind you, right?
Yep.
You know, the Gibbs cars have stole the show this weekend, but we got to give a call to Junior Motorsports. I mentioned Chase Elliott, Justin Allgaier, Elliott Sadler right there. First win for the organization, 2008, right here at Las Vegas. When Mark Martin got it done, as I said earlier, this is a team that really has performed well this Saturday at Las Vegas.
Look at the group. Look how they're grouped up there. You got the Gibbs cars, you've got the Childress cars, and those Junior Motorsports machines. So these teams are working really well together, sharing information, and I think that's why you see all of them up near the front.
And I think it really showcases that on these bigger, fast racetracks like this with a lot of grip, right? It's an aero game, it's a horsepower game, and certainly that's within the family, as you see.
Well, we talked about it during qualifying. You go out there and run wide open. If you're first, pretty good chance you're going to have a car that's going to be hard to beat here at this place because you've got that raw speed you need and the experience and the knowledge of those drivers up front. They know how to get them tuned in for the long run as well.
Absolutely. Well, let's see if he can do it.
Got a restart box we got to deal with. You can see the lines on the inside of the road. That first white line, you can't start before that. And the second white line, if the leader hasn't started by then, it's game on.
You can see the help that he had with Kyle Busch on the bottom right there with the 88 car. Man, Brendan Gaughan, he's already 3 wide. He is not scared of that outside, and from my experience, man, it is like flirting with disaster. He was already telling us that we saw rubber up there in marbles.
Chase Elliott down inside of Eric Jones for the runner-up position. Now Jones getting a push from Daniel Suarez.
What about that momentum Gaughan had off turn 2? Decided to tuck it to the bottom after a strong run off turn 2. Allgaier in beside Elliott Sadler.
Brendan Gaughan trapped down below them in the 62, trying to sneak high. Brandon Jones a part of that mix, and Eric Almirola driving the 98. They have been strong this weekend.
Look at Gaughan taking it 3 wide. Brandon Jones on the inside. Wow.
It's Ty Dillon in the middle. Somewhere Richard Childress is having an anxiety attack watching those 3 go at it.
I guarantee he was. You know, and when you're Ty like that, you just have to live. He did the right thing there. You're out of real estate anyway. Your inertia coming off the bottom like that puts you out to the wall. And there's a guy hinting to your outside. You're done. He's got your spot.
Those Fords are battling for 10th side by side. Almirola, Bubba Wallace, and Eric Jones not letting the leader get away. 3 wide again.
2 outside.
Really tough.
7. Now the 3.
This is really entertaining.
Looks like old Ty returned the favor there this time by.
Man, when you're down on the bottom like Brandon Jones is there, we saw this last year in this race with Eric Jones. Got on the bottom, got loose, and caused a wreck. So just watch for those guys down on the bottom having to fight to hang on to those cars in the corner. Aerodynamically, they're a handful when they're side by side.
And it's rougher on the bottom. That plays a big role in it down there in 1 and 2. You can see Brendan Gaughan, he gets down in there, gets into the bumps and loses the nose like that. I would say as soon as he can, he's going to be getting back up high.
A lot of urgency since the restart. Everyone knows this is my opportunity to gain some ground. And speaking of which, Eric Jones right in Kyle Busch's hip pocket, Matt.
Adam, think back to a week ago on the initial race start. Kyle Busch on pole spun his tires. His teammate Eric Jones beat Kyle to the line, then was black flag. Spent rest of the afternoon battling his way back to the front. Under that caution, Chris Lambert, a spotter, and Eric went through the restart procedure because it's a restart situation just to make sure they were all on the same page and didn't have an issue.
And check out the strength of that 20 car. Clint, you know, you said you were just on the track. When those cars are behind each other, they're more difficult to drive. And when you can heat up a leader like that, that 20 car is strong.
That's just good classic racing right there. You know, he was going where Kyle wasn't. Kyle moved up and took that outside line where he did have the run off the turn 2. It's fun to watch when you have an atmosphere of racing like that at a track like this.
Right of your screen, teammates going at it. Brendan Gaughan to the outside of Ty Dillon. So Gaughan now in the 7th position, +1 since the start of the race for him. Chip Ganassi teammates doing battle here. 48, the white and blue machine. That's Brennan Poole. Justin Marks driving the 42 this week. He's going to split that ride this season with Kyle Larson. Larson was 2nd in that car last week, and Marks has it 14th right now.
There's Brandon Jones trying to make his way around his teammate. I've been able to watch Jones get to the bottom real effectively, and completing the pass, though, is another story.
Yeah, that's a good 5-car battle right there. I've been watching that for the last couple laps. A lot of fun there. Amarilla's finally getting away from him a little bit. Then there's 4 cars right behind him that was battling. It's fun to watch up here as they're battling through those bumps in 1 and 2.
Kind of a yo-yo day for Brandon Jones. Dropped back at the beginning, but he appears to be moving forward now, Vince.
Well, and keep in mind, this is just his 8th race as an Xfinity Series driver. This is the first time he's ever been here to Las Vegas Motor Speedway in an Xfinity car. He did race here in the truck last season. He said that was a big help for him making the transition this weekend, but still getting his legs under him, but there's no doubt about it. This young kid's got speed.
He does that. He finished 5th in that truck race, Adam. And look at his line. I noticed this yesterday. He's able to go really low, lower than his competitors, and it's opened up some passing lanes for him. Look at how much he crowds that yellow line.
You saw Darrell Wallace really wash up right there. He had to lift big time to stay off of Ty Dillon. You could see him getting past 2 or 3 cars.
Yeah, and you know what? We haven't talked about Austin Dillon. Won this race from the pole a year ago, but qualified outside the top 10, much like Brad Keselowski, who got the victory in 2014. Michael, he started 15th, and he's 18th. They just can't seem to find what they need.
Now, this has been a tough trip to the desert for this team. We heard Brad expressing issues about how that car was performing on the straightaways in Atlanta. And if it didn't run good on the straightaways in Atlanta, it's not going to run good here either. And I think they're figuring out what their issues are and trying to address them on the fly.
You know, but it goes hand in hand. As much of a horsepower track as this is, as much as you're wide open, it's still an aero track. If you can't hold that baby wide open, if you don't have a good pull on the wheel getting into those corners and good stability underneath of you, you're really going to struggle and have a long day.
When Austin Dillon won this race last year, he led 183 of 200 laps. Not going to be the dominating performance today that we saw 1 year ago, but positive early signs. 14th to 10th for him as we go on board with Brennan Poole. 12th right now for the Rookie of the Year candidate.
Working that wheel just to the left. Looks like he's got a pretty neutral car. He didn't really tuck that hand way over to the left, so
you can kind of see he's a little uneasy as he was getting off into turn 3 right there, and then all of a sudden as he got closer to the apex of 3 and 4, he had a lot more wheel in it. It's tighter up off for the center off. So that's a handful. That's kind of the characteristics of this place. You get a little bit loose in, a little bit light, and then that thing's picks up. When you pick up the throttle, it gets a push going.
It's impressive for Poole, though. He's able to stay right with Dillon and having a good run early.
He's doing a good job of keeping that nose underneath of him. That's what it takes. You've got to be able to keep a little bit of air on your left headlight to be able to stay pointed and not burn your tires up.
He turned a lot of heads here last year, made his series debut in this race, finished inside the top 10, 24 years old, out of the Woodlands, Texas, and really a pretty solid start to the year. Top 15 last week at Atlanta, and Was running top 5 at Daytona before some battery issues, and so far not too bad this afternoon as we work lap 20.
You know, guys, one other thing that I see there, you see Darrell Wallace come up there, run that outside. He was working on it a couple laps, burn it in, and then passed him, and he's going by Ty Dillon as well. One of the characteristics that I saw in his car is he was loose in. Loose in doesn't necessarily let you go up there and want to, you know, drive that thing out on the outside.
Justin Allgaier moving forward. Middle stages of this opening run, back in the top 5. Got around his teammate Elliott Sadler, and these two young guys not getting away from one another. Brennan Poole, Ty Dillon.
What about Poole? He took that lesson from Darrell Wallace. Bubba drove around the high side. Poole said, okay, I see how you did that, and he drives right around Dillon.
20 of 200 laps complete here this afternoon at Las Vegas. Kyle Busch dominating this thing. Eric Jones, Suarez, Chase Elliott, your top 4. The hometown kid dominating so far. Kyle Busch out front at Las Vegas. His advantage over second place Eric Jones, 1.6 seconds. Daniel Suarez, Chase Elliott, and Justin Allgaier the top 5. Darrell Wallace Jr. is 11th right now in the running order. Ty Dillon back in the 14th position, and boy did they have a moment.
Inside, whoa. All clear. Any touches, Billy? No, we drove down to his door and put him sideways. We can't do that. Yeah, you can.
Well, I've heard that voice before. You know, guys, I don't really agree with the spotter there. I don't think he got down to the door. It was Darrell kind of came up into his door, actually. You know, you can't do that. To Richard's point, in general, if you're holding somebody down and pinning them down and they spin out underneath of you and get into you, whose fault is it, right? But I didn't see that there. I think just Darrell got loose and shot up the track.
And Richard Childress chimed in and said, we can do that, and we will do that.
Ty Dillon is 14th right now. What's the story, Vince?
Well, he slipped back some spots. He started 9th. The car is just a little bit too tight right now, and Nick Harrison, his crew chief, said we're going to free up at the stop. So look for it to get better, but right now not to Ty Dillon's liking. And Adam, you were talking earlier about his brother Austin and how he dominated this race a year ago. Well, this car that Ty is driving today is actually the car that Austin drove to victory lane a year ago. So we know it's got the potential in it.
And you mentioned crew chief Nick Harrison. He he was on the box for Austin when he led 183 laps here last season. Young Brandon Jones, talked a lot about him, scored in the 8th position right now. And when we were away, he was working hard.
This was just a rough, tough break. The track's blocked. Now watch all the momentum he loses, and look at the people that are going to come rushing after him.
Yeah.
There goes Amarola to the bottom, passing him.
Yeah, that's 3 lappers, 3 wide right in front of you. I mean, what do? You just got to wait for it, and they caught him with the momentum and blew him wide. Oh! Boy, I tell you, Austin had his hands full right there, too. That poor guy in the 90, he didn't know. I guarantee his spotter was screaming in his ear, didn't know which way to go.
Mario Goslin was thinking that there couldn't be that many people coming. There was no way that many people were coming, but they really were.
We knew everybody came out okay on that, and even watching the replay made you nervous of that one. So here we are, 30 laps into this thing, Larry, and over halfway through a fuel run. So what are you thinking from a strategy perspective?
Well, here's what I've been studying is, fuel run is about 52 to 56 laps. So yeah, we're about 20, 25 laps away from what would be green flag stops. This is a different Goodyear tire combination than what we're running in Sprint Cup. So what I was going to throw out there to Clint, I think if the caution comes now, absolutely. You come and get 4 tires. But with the give up we're seeing, I think late in the race, these guys may go after just 2 tires to keep that track position, not near the give up that we're seeing in the Sprint Cup series.
Well, especially the guys that are behind, right? You got to be able to do something to offset yourself to Kyle Busch and these Gibbs cars to outrun them, and that's what we could see. Somebody gambling on tires, taking 2 or staying out, that clean air is worth something.
And when you don't qualify up front and you have a long green flag run early, you're in jeopardy of losing the lead lap. Look at this. Kyle Busch has already put Jeremy Clements a lap down. That's up to 23rd in the running order. He is flat checking out on the field.
Yeah, these guys need a break. They're looking for a caution. Begging.
His advantage nearly 3 seconds over Eric Jones with 32 laps complete. So far, it's been the Kyle Busch show. He's led every lap. 38 of 200 complete here at Las Vegas, and he's working over Dakota Armstrong, trying to put him a lap down. The Newcastle, Indiana native scored right now in the 19th position. Brennan Poole is 13th. Let's go beyond the wheel with him. Educate you on his favorite things. Favorite city to visit, San Francisco. What do you think, fellas?
Not a more beautiful city in America. I love it.
Pretty fun.
Lunch with Adam Sandler. I think we'd all enjoy that, right?
I dig it.
And his non-NASCAR track where he'd like to compete. What about the dirt track at Springfield? You ever been there, Clint?
No, I haven't. That's one track. It's so funny that he said that. You watch that ARCA race out there, they look like they have so much fun. Schrader's always out there. That's one race that I'd love to do as well.
Springfield and DeCoin, the two ARCA tracks where they race on the dirt. 40 of 200 complete. Green flag pit stops going to be on the way. Yeah. We are closing on the 1/4 point in the Boyd Gaming 300 live at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Race 3 for the NASCAR XFINITY Series on FS1 with Michael Waltrip, Clint Boyer. I'm Adam Alexander. And there is the man that has been in charge since the green flag went in the air, Kyle Busch, Vince.
Well, it's been interesting to chart the handling progression throughout this run. He started a little snug, then it came to him, and he really liked the handling of his car. Then about lap 25, he said it lost overall grip. 10 laps later, the front tires didn't want to turn quite as much, and he noticed it was much more free. So it's going to be a slight adjustment when they pit in about 8 laps. Matt?
His teammate Eric Jones, about 4 seconds back of leader Kyle Busch. He was pleased with that 20 car down in turns 3 and 4. It was a little bit tight down in the center of 1 and 2. He can't quite get down to the line like he would like on exit of turn 2. They're about 8 laps away from getting the guys to putting the gloves on. Adjustments coming for Jones.
Talking about green flag pit stops, last couple of years here, a lot of pit road speeding penalties, Larry.
Yeah, I addressed it in the pre-race, Adam, and it's 45 miles per hour, but I think the problem, and Clint and Michael can talk about this, is where the entrance to pit road is. It's right in the middle of turn 4, and then that first segment that they clock pit road speed, it's so early on pit road. In fact, over the last 3 years, we have seen a total of 30 pit road speeding penalties in this Xfinity series.
You know, and it is really close. It's way early, even way before the pit stops, but the speed you carry here, the grip level in this new asphalt that they come up with, you carry so much speed, it has a ton of grip, and the second it doesn't, if you break traction at all, it's just like it's on ice. So as soon as you start braking and break those wheels loose, man, your hands are full.
How much is that as vision as well, Clint? The way the pit road comes off turn 4, can you see where you're going really?
It's the speed aspect of it. I tell you, it really is. As you're looking, you know, you're coming around there, you're in the apex of the corner right in the middle of 3 and 4, and you're carrying so much speed, and it's right there. It's about like me in that whole shot challenge last week. Too far.
You know, we're used to seeing Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch go at it in the Xfinity series, but not when Brad is trying to stay on the lead lap, Matt.
Brad battling to try to stay on that lead lap. The 18 of Busch just went by early in the run. Keselowski said that his car was on the splitter. That started the fade. He said the balance is not terrible, but the front end simply not working, and he's paying the price.
What about some of these cars that are already a lap down? You got Jeb Burton there, Ty Dillon, talked about Brad Keselowski. In fact, here comes Ty now. Top 5 last week at Atlanta. They're fighting it early today. Here he is, Vince.
Yeah, Ty just doesn't like the way the car feels. He said it is way too tight to start, so that's one adjustment they're going to make. But what's concerned him as well is the way the car feels in the right front. So they're going to make a chassis adjustment, going to free him up. It's going to be a 4-tire change for the 3 of Ty Dillon.
You know, Adam, you talked about some of the guys that have gone a lap down, like Brad Keselowski and Brendan Poole. I like to look at a couple guys that have stayed on the lead lap. Ryan Reed up in the 12th place and Justin Marks. These kids are running really strong races here in the early going. They get the right adjustment and stay on the lead lap. Could be career best finishes.
Absolutely, and this is the opportunity. You got to be able to capitalize on these adjustments early on in the race. They got to be able to pounce on it. You've got a chance here. Make that adjustment. Make it an aggressive adjustment. Make sure it's the one you want. That way you can, if it's not, you can fine-tune it from there afterwards. I don't ever believe in creeping up on it, you know, unless you're really, really running good. I'd like to get it out of the way early. That way you can still have the race to make some more.
Chase Elliott has been in the top 5 all day long, making a scheduled green flag stop at lap 52, Chris.
And the first of our top 5 drivers coming to pit lane. He said, we have made progress on getting off the corner. However, I need a little bit more grip getting off the corner. He said the biggest issue was when I was right up behind Daniel Suarez. I lost the front end, and right in front of him, Brendan Gaughan also coming to pit lane. Brendan's been running in the top 10 all day long. He said, we've got a great car today. I'm just trying to take care of it. Matt?
Lacking speed and tight in qualifying, but during the first run, he said the car was just way too free on the high side. He could not run the top. The car rolled the bottom much better. Slight chassis adjustment on his Camaro to try to improve the balance. He's away.
These are scheduled green flag pit stops. Brad Keselowski is in for service. Had already gone a lap down, and here comes the race leader. Kyle Busch had just gotten around Justin Marks to put him a lap down. The race leader going to make his first stop of the afternoon at lap 54. Kyle started on the pole. He has led every lap so far. He's heading your way, Vince.
Kyle told his crew chief, Chris Gale, he said, I saved you some laps if you want to wait a little more. Chris said, no, I don't want to take any chances. Let's just bring it in. Kyle hits his marks. Remember, we told you it was a tick free for Kyle. It's an air pressure adjustment, a 4-tire change. Going to make a chassis adjustment as well, Matt.
All the Gibbs cars on pit road. Service already complete for Eric Jones. They're waiting on fuel. It's packed full. He's away.
Darrell Wallace Jr. scored as the race leader. He is yet to make a pit stop. You see him left of your screen. And Daniel Suarez, who was running in the top 3 when this cycle of stops began, had some problems on pit road.
I was watching him coming in too as well. A car really, dove out underneath of him and blocked him. So his pit road speed was off, and then I think they had a little bit of trouble in the box as well.
Here's Darrell Wallace Jr. giving up the top spot to come down the pit lane, and we're getting word a penalty for Eric Jones speeding on pit road. Let's cover the stop for Darrell Wallace Jr., Vince.
The 6 of Bubba Wallace also just kind of struggling with his race car throughout the course of this early portion of the race. He wants the back end in the track more, and that way he can get a little bit more aggressive off the turns. He doesn't feel like he can get as aggressive on exit as he wants, so they made an adjustment to help him.
I was watching the 20 car when he came in. He came in really hot. He was aggressive. He did everything right. And once he got past the line, I could see where he was still sliding the tires a little bit, 10, 20 feet past. So I was afraid he was in trouble.
I wasn't even close to the Blues, man. Never even touched them.
That's all he has to go off of is the lights on his tack. And he said, I wasn't even close to him, didn't touch him. He knows that, so that might mean his tack isn't set properly. But no matter what the reason is, he'll be pitting right now.
Well, I think from what I saw him come in, and when he crossed the line, he seemed like he was just going too fast. And once he got set and got on his lights, I'm sure he wasn't speeding, but it just seemed like, before he ever got on that set, he was going a little too fast.
37, drive through. We do not have to stop here.
You remember at Atlanta, it was the start of the race that sent him to pit road, and now experiencing the same issues. Very talented young racer, just hitting a couple of bumps in the road early in the 2016 season.
Absolutely, and that's all about experience. He's a great race car driver. He showcased that after making that mistake on the start last week. He drove right back up and got in a good finish for his guys and himself, so he'll be fine.
Going to have to bounce back again this week, Matt.
Finished serving the penalty, did his pass through on pit road. His team told him, back down the RPMs on your tack by at least 100 to try to play it safer.
Think about this. When the cycle of stops began, Kyle Busch was leading, yet Erik Jones speeding on pit road. Then the problems with the stop for Daniel Suarez, and it may not end there for Team 19. Here's a look at the stop.
He really got checked up here with this guy. This guy seemed like he was slow. He was having trouble finding his pit stall. He really had to check up for him, and then got down here. And let's see what happened.
That was Joey Gase in the 52. He's following here.
Oh, that was a good decision.
I got you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think something is wrong with this engine. Listen to it next time. Look at all the gauges for us.
He had some engine problems here a year ago, had smoke in the cockpit, did Daniel Suarez, and now we go back to the other youngster at Joe Gibbs Racing, Erik Jones, again too fast when he had his pass-through penalty. He's been black flagged, and this time you can't just drive through. It's a stop and go.
Bring it again. Record again.
What do you think's happening here, Larry?
Well, there's no question their tack is off, but I think what we have to promote, we advertise pit road speed at 45 miles per hour, but NASCAR gives them up to 49.999. So you almost have a 5 miles per hour buffer that we don't even advertise. So he was running well over probably 50 miles per hour.
It's been a tough time for the 20 car NASCAR lately. The penalties last week for Matt Kenseth at Atlanta, and today in the Xfinity Series for Erik Jones. Stop and go complete, Matt.
Absolutely. You just saw him serve that penalty again, the stop and go. His team told him back it down at least another light. Now, on the first time, he was told he was speeding through 3 sections on his first go around. Just a tough day for the 20.
It's early, though. Get a wave around, maybe a free pass. He can get back in this game, but man, that's quite the hole to dig yourself in a third of the way through the race.
Yeah, the first one was one thing. That one's a big one, but they got a fast hot rod. They got to keep their head, keep their cool, get to the bottom of it on the next caution, and it'll be fine.
He's 23rd, 2 laps down right now as Erik Jones, and that second penalty, the one where he really paid the price. You get 2 laps down, so difficult to get back on the lead lap when you consider how many other guys are in that category. As it stands right now, only 10 cars on the lead lap, the last of those of Aric Almirola, and it won't be long before he goes 1 lap down to Kyle Busch.
Yeah, you can manage 1 lap down. You start getting 2 laps down, you got to have a little bit of luck on your side so you can have a wave around or something like that to capitalize on.
You think Kyle Busch has heard enough that he's never wanted his home track in an Xfinity car? Because he is going to town.
You're driving like it.
You want to make sure everything's clear at home. Erik Jones has been penalized twice. Once speeding on pit road during a scheduled green flag stop. When he paid his debt on the pass-through penalty, speeding again. That's why he had the stop and go a moment ago.
Tonight, the UFC is here in Las Vegas, and before a huge night of bouts at UFC 196, the action starts right here on FS1, a welterweight showdown. Plus, Eric Silva vaults back into the spotlight to challenge Nordine Talib. UFC 196 starts tonight, 6:30 Eastern, only on FS1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. 70 laps of green flag racing in the books here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Your pole sitter Kyle Busch out in front, but some trouble for his teammate Eric Jones, Larry.
Yeah, he is one of 3 drivers that was busted for speeding on pit road on that first set of green flag stops. Eric got busted actually twice, once on coming to pit road for his green flag stop, and then once on the pass through. You can see right there 4 penalties already today for speeding, and we may have more green flag stops. But let's take a look, Clint, at Eric Jones coming on the pit road here. You talked about it on the green where the entrance to pit road, but Clint, I want to run this by you. Most of the segments on pit road are anywhere from 260 to 280 feet. That first segment coming in is only 89 feet, so much shorter than most of the other segments.
Oh, definitely, especially when you're trying to get around, the lap car there of Joey Gase. He was doing all he could do. You got to get all you could do on these green flag, pit stops. Hey, we got a tire in the grass, boys.
And you know what that means? It's a dangerous situation. Caution, second time today.
Clint, he was busted for that, what you said, coming in too hot, and then also leaving, we got a report. So obviously, and then when he came back, a speeding penalty again. So obviously there was multiple issues.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw that when he was pitting, and I kind of felt bad when he came back in and had another penalty with a pit road speed. Obviously something, a mishap with his tack.
Second caution of the day, Larry.
Yeah, and what I also wanted to add, we talked about that first segment only being 89 feet. The very last segment in pit out is only 60 feet. Much easier to get busted in that short distance.
That tire that got away, bringing out the caution, by the way, Larry, for the 13 of Derek White.
Now this could be a situation, Adam, where we see the 20 cars stay out. Hopefully all the leaders pit. And
you got to gamble on that at some point. Would you do it right here? Larry, crew chief, what do you think?
I definitely would.
I think we're going to see a ton of waiver rounds, as many drivers as we have a lap down, especially with this being a pretty good tire, and especially since we just cycled through those green flag pit stops. But I think the problem is your leaders are going to stay out too, because it's just not been that long since they pitted.
Well, it's been close to 20 laps, and the only car between Eric Jones getting a lap back and not is Kyle Busch, who's leading the race. So if Kyle pits, he's got everybody else behind him. That will give Jones the waiver round. Be interesting to see what Busch does.
This caution, a big break for Eric Almirola. 10th right now, was about to go a lap down, and also big for Justin Marks, who was the first car in the 1 lap down category. He will get the free pass, get back on the lead lap, and one position behind him was Brad Keselowski. Brad, despite all of their struggles, nearly in the free pass position, would have gotten back on the lead lap, but Brad not going to be fortunate enough to do so here. Maybe he becomes a candidate for the waiver round, depending on who comes to pit road.
They're all hoping Kyle. Come on, Kyle. Pit, please pit, please.
I think, though, it's been 20 laps since they last pitted. You're almost halfway to a fuel run, and this thing has a green flag feel. Chase Elliott third right now, but he's been working hard this afternoon. Right before the caution came out, check this out on track.
Oh, yeah. You can just see it. It's a classic example of, the 48 car come down there, crossed that wake, took the air off his car, and he got loose. That's the old death wobble right there.
Is that what you call it?
Oh, takes your breath away. Takes you about a lap to gather it back up after that.
He's been quiet, but right there in third.
Yeah, and Casey is such a talented racer. He's used to hanging one out. But anytime you get your air disturbed and you're in a bit of a bind, they can hop around on you in a hurry. Caution pits were closed that time by, so we got a problem. I think the 16 might have passed the pace car when he wasn't supposed to. I saw him go by really late.
Yep.
So this is when it'll be interesting to see what. I think you got to pit. You're a third of the way through a run. Like you said, a lot of green flag racing going on here. I think Kyle comes to pit.
You would think it would be the safe bet.
I know someone that's cheering for Kyle to come to pit road, and that's
I know a lot of
Jones. He wants it bad. He knows he's going to get one of those laps back if that happens.
Listed some of the drivers a lap down. Mentioned Brad Keselowski, Brennan Poole, who's been inside the top 15 all day long. Ty Dillon, who had fallen back close to 20th in the running order at one time. Jeb Burton had that top 10 last week at Atlanta. They actually have moved up a little bit. He's 16th right now. And Eric Jones being shown 20th at this stage.
On pit road, when we didn't speed, I ran right around 3,000, which is supposed to be pit road speed, whatever that may be, 45, so just so you know.
Green flag on pit road, and Kyle Busch comes, as do the other leaders as well. Break for Eric Jones. He could get back into this thing now.
Here they come, Chris.
Yeah, and Justin Allgaier moving up into the top 5. Pretty happy with his race car. Said we've been making progress all day, but after about 5 laps, just a little too tight over the bumps. Chase Elliott saying early in the run, we've got good takeoff speed, a little tight in the center, but loose late. Vince?
Bottom left, Daniel Suarez has been running in the top 5 all day long, but he said this time the run, it was much freer than it was the time before. They're going to make an adjustment to snug him up. Kyle Busch also tighter or looser this time than he was on the last run. That adjustment to snug up the 18 as well, as he's easily the first one off pit road.
Could the track be loosening up, Clint? Does that make any sense?
Well, it's funny you said I've been looking at the clouds and watching these planes come in the background, and it's really, the cloud cover's coming in pretty heavy, so I'd say it is.
A lot of guys moving forward on that cycle of pit stops. Green flag when we come back to Las Vegas. We're closing on halfway.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, superior performing tires to face challenging conditions on the track and on the road. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR. We're under yellow, 77 laps in the books of 200 inside the Hollywood Hotel. Danielle Trotta alongside Larry McReynolds. 2 early cautions have everyone playing the strategy game. How has Kyle Busch and the leaders coming to pit road helped the rest of the field?
Yeah, with only 1 caution in the first 70 laps, we had 11 drivers only on the lead lap. So by the other guys that were a lap down, like Brad Keselowski, Ty Dillon, they actually took the wave around. And also, Adam, that lets Eric Jones get one of his 2 laps back. He's now just 1 lap down.
Yeah, and that's a huge benefit for him. 2 speeding penalties today, but let's face it, it's been the Kyle Busch show. He's dominated this thing.
These guys need to catch their breath. They need to slow down and explain to their crew chief how they can make an adjustment and possibly stay within the same area code as Kyle Busch.
Well, they just got that opportunity, but a huge advantage for Erik Jones. You know, Kyle pitting and bringing all those lead lap cars down there was a huge advantage for Erik Jones, and everybody else getting them back on the lead lap.
The front row on the restart, Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. And they're behind the 2016 Toyota Camry XSE, leading the field here in Las Vegas all weekend long.
You know, you talk about having to be lucky if you're Erik Jones to get back in this thing. He just caught a break. He was able to get one of his 2 laps back with the wave around. Now he's going to be able to race for the other one back, maybe have a chance to get back up inside the top 5.
Brennan Poole, Ty Dillon, Blake Cook, other drivers that took the wave around here got back on the lead lap. Erik Jones, as we said, still 1 lap down. Restart comes as we complete lap 78.
Chase Elliott got a good start right there, jump on the outside.
Look at Austin Dillon.
Why not go 3 wide, huh?
Got to go. I told you we need to catch our breath. Now it's time to go flat out and try to keep up with the 18 car.
You know, guys, when that guy pokes out on the outside of you, too, you need that room. You expect to have that room. And as soon as that spotter's in your ear saying outside, you're like, oh, no.
Still 3 wide, still 3 wide, still 3 wide, still 3 wide.
Nice restart for Justin Allgaier, got up to 2nd.
Yeah, that's impressive. The junior motorsports cars are really strong. Chase Elliott's been up there battling quickly.
So as we go 2 and 3 wide here at Las Vegas, good time to crank it up on FS1.
Underneath the 33, clear of the 33, all clear.
We were begging for a caution. We got it. And the restart, electric is always.
You know, guys, I was sitting there listening to that. You know, the cars going by, and I don't know if you've seen that Sunoco commercial that we did, but they asked us to make car noises, right? How do you make that noise of those cars going by at 200 mile an hour like that? My attempt was a failure.
What about the what about the move that Austin Dillon has made? We talked about him outside the top 10, in danger of going a lap down. He has fought his way into contention.
But you got to capitalize on these restarts. The air's, you know, it's jumbled up like this. You've got to be able to capitalize, and he did in a big way right there.
Bubba Wallace looks good inside the top 10, and Brad Keselowski talking on the radio about a potential issue with the 22.
I thought he mentioned he had a loose wheel before. That's why I was curious why he didn't want to pit.
Said it's shaking. How hard, Clint, is that to dissect? Is it just a tire that's out of balance, just a trait of the tire, or if it's a loose wheel?
You know, it just, for me, it depends on how constant it is, how consistent it is. You know, a lot of times on a loose wheel, you know,
here we come, I think. Here we come. On pit road, on pit road, on pit road. Here we come.
And then a lot of times you just know. And I'd say it was loose.
Last time they pitted, lap 52, that was their scheduled stop. Stayed out under that caution to get the wave around, get on the lead lap, but here they come. Unscheduled stop, lap 85. Matt?
And the vibration just too much for Brad Keselowski. Brought it down to Brian Wilson and the team. All 4 tires. That way they can take a look at all 4 wheels to see possibly if that is indeed the issue, a loose wheel on the 22.
You know, guys, I was a little bit confused about why the 22 elected to take the wave around. He was in a position to race for the free pass. We had been 20-some laps on our tires, so it was not too long from now when they'd need that pit stop. He's fast enough to get it back that way, but they elected to go the other direction, and that loose wheel has bitten them.
Well, Bud, we're in Vegas. Every now and then you got to gamble.
Chase Elliott restarted second, dropped back to fourth, now trying to get third away from Austin Dillon, and right behind them, Daniel Suarez had the pit issue, but he's doing what he needs to do to stay in the top 5.
Look at that wiggling. These babies are right on the edge of control. You can see Austin Dillon just squirming off that corner in this battle.
You know, and just listen to his in-car right there, the throttle. I mean, he wasn't out of it much at all right there.
Suarez now looks to the inside of Dillon.
You know who needs a caution? Eric Jones took the wave around. First car 1 lap down in 17th. We get a yellow flag. He would be right back in the game. It's his teammate, Kyle Busch, out front, 87 complete.
So the biggest lesson I've learned over the first 2 races is it's a long season, and no matter how your day or weekend's going, things change in a hurry.
The biggest lesson I've learned is minimize mistakes. Constantly a learning curve for us, trying to get more speed out of our Mustangs.
We've had speed better than the year before, so the best lesson we've learned right now is the stuff we built in the offseason is really showing promise. We're really excited about what we see here.
A lot of teams trying to make gains early in 2016, and when you look at these first 5 races, 5 totally different types of racetracks.
The other thing when you look at the schedule of these first 5 races is you're already prepared. You have to be prepared for these first 5 races. You can't go back to the shop per se and work and make big wholesale changes while you're out here. These cars are prepared. You got what you got until you get back, get your feet underneath of you, you know, well after we're back from Fontana.
Kyle Busch 0 for 11 at Las Vegas, but he's looking really solid today, Vince.
Yeah, you get the feeling that the only thing that's going to stop Kyle from going to victory lane today is some bad luck. They may have avoided a little bit of bad luck earlier when Kyle believed they had a vibration in the left rear. But the tire changer said he got the tire tight when they replaced those 4 tires on that last pit stop. There was no evidence that there was any damage at all in the left rear wheel. This balance started a little snug, but now it feels good to Kyle. Chris?
Vince, Chase Elliott doing everything he can to try and track down that 18 car. He got shuffled back on that restart, but now after about 5 laps, he's got some speed in that 88. He said those last round of adjustments, track bar and air pressure, he said the 88 is better than it was early in the race. Vince?
The 19 of Daniel Suarez is back up to 3rd. He has been one of the best cars here all day, but they've lost positions in the pits both times they've came. Very uncharacteristic of JGR. He says when he puts throttle into it, it gets tight. That's the issue that he's dealing with right now. Chris?
Justin Allgaier starting to fall back a little bit. He said yesterday in practice I could hold the car just wide open, but I was still about 0.2 of a second off the leaders. Right now he's pretty happy with the car, but saying that rear end getting a little bit loose. Matt?
Gaining on that 7 is the one of Elliott Sadler. Now he was 4th at Daytona and 9th at Atlanta, looking to build on that momentum. They've also built on that race car. Extremely loose earlier in the show, but they have worked on it. It's now not as free. That's why he's making up headway. Meanwhile, an update on the 22 of Brad Keselowski, loose left rear wheel.
And an update on the 1 car of Elliott Sadler. He's going all over his teammate, just closed in and trying to make that pass for the 4th position.
You know, guys, from my experience, it's pretty rare to run as many laps as he did and then all of a sudden have that loose wheel after a restart like that. Kind of a interesting piece there.
See, Sadler's able to complete that pass. What a strong car Elliott has.
Heard Matt talk about the issue with the 22. Brad Keselowski now 27th, 3 laps down.
Yeah, it was certainly costly. You know, like I said earlier, eventually you got to get to a point where you got to gamble a little bit and go for it and put yourself in that position. And unfortunately, you can't forecast a loose wheel after the situation that he was in. I mean, that's pretty rare.
Right at halfway, so how do we manage the next 100 laps, Larry?
Well, I know how the drivers that took the wave around that stayed out on the last caution, they're going to have to manage it. They'll be hitting pit road here within the next 3 to 5 laps. I think Ty Dillon in that 3, he'll be one of the first drivers to hit pit road. The good news is for every driver out there, whether you're on the lead lap or a lap down, it's pretty much a 2-stop race from here on out.
So it's Kyle Busch showing the way, Larry. Chase Elliott, Daniel Suarez, Elliott Sadler, Justin Allgaier, your top 5 here at Las Vegas. Tomorrow it's our final day here in Las Vegas, and it all starts with NASCAR Race Day on FS1. Then it's the Cobalt 400 on Fox. Then we cap off a great race weekend with NASCAR Victory Lane here on FS1. It's all tomorrow on your home for NASCAR all season long, FS1 Fox, and we're streaming it live at Fox Sports Go. Past halfway in our 300-miler this afternoon, 106 of 200 laps complete. Kyle Busch is the race leader. Chase Elliott is second. Daniel Suarez, Elliott Sadler, Justin Allgaier continue to be the top 5. Back in 8th, rookie Brandon Jones.
All right, make sure your tires are all good. Good save there, young man. Hey, Justin, still didn't change the tone of his voice. No.
That's because he's one calm character. You don't want to get sideways on entry like that, right?
That's the death wobble again.
We saw
take your breath away.
Experienced Cup guy Carl Edwards get the wobbling getting in the corner, and the car got away from him. Brandon Jones is doing a great job of hanging on to that thing.
Yeah, we got a car. I heard it when he went by.
It's Blake Cook, and it sounded like maybe his engine broke.
Yeah, something broke. We got 20 laps of fuel left.
Oh, man.
Middle of 3 and 4.
Yeah, he was one of those drivers
anything? I got nothing, no.
Looks like he's going to make it back to pit road, though, so we'll stay green.
When Blake went by right there, you could tell it was getting sick, and he is going to make it back, so I think we'll be fine with a caution.
One of those drivers that took the wave around, career best finish at Daytona when he finished 9th. Now being scored 19th, 2 laps down for that leaf filter Chevrolet.
Kyle Busch can run anywhere on this racetrack, Adam. I was watching a couple laps ago, right in the middle of the track, down on the bottom, and his lap times just aren't falling off like the competitors. He's lost 4, 5, 6 tenths, but nowhere near like some of the guys he's racing against.
And here comes Ty Dillon. Last time he came to pit road would have been a while ago. He was one of those drivers that took the wave around, so this would be a scheduled stop here, Vince.
That's right, but this has not gone the way that Ty Dillon was hoping today, that's for sure. They were way too tight to start the race. Then he felt like something was wrong with the right front. They just haven't been able to get a comfortable car for Ty Dillon. You saw that chassis adjustment there, a 4-tire stop on this pit stop for Ty Dillon.
Had that great run last week at Atlanta, top 5 after they got the free pass on the final caution. You felt like the team was starting to gain some momentum, but they have fought it really the last couple of days here in Las Vegas. And after the pit stop, Ty now falls back in the 17th position.
Guys, I've been really impressed with Justin Marks, this 42 car. He's just done a great job of managing traffic. He's raced his way up into the top 10. This is a great day for him.
Absolutely. That's a great 2 weeks for that team. 2 different drivers in that car, and it's been a hot ride both weeks.
Yeah, that's got to give him, as a young racer, a lot of confidence when he sees Kyle Larson hop in that thing and wheel it up like he did last week in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. You know, he was licking his chops, and it was for good reason. He's running good.
A couple of good young drivers here. Brennan Poole in the 48 running 10th. Right behind him, Darrell Wallace Jr. This has always been a good track for Bubba. Ran good here in the Truck Series. Pair of top 5s. Nearly won here a couple of years ago. And now he finds himself knocking on the door of the top 10 in his second appearance in the NASCAR XFINITY Series. And we did get a report, saw Blake Cook slow on the track. He has gone back to the XFINITY Series garage. What's going on with Bubba, Vince?
Well, the car was just too loose on that last run, so they've snugged him up, and it has gotten better. And there's no doubt about it, this young guy is a wheelman. He can get it done if you give him something to work with. Seth Barber tightened him up on that last stop. And Barber said Bubba's becoming a more mature racer. He's got a clear understanding of his own mistakes and also how he can help the team in a variety of ways just beyond what he can do with the wheel in his hand. This is a young guy we're going to hear about it for a long time. Bubba Wallace in the 6th.
You know, guys, watching that car go around the track, some of the things that we look at as racers is, you know, we study pictures a lot. And I've been looking at his splitter versus other cars, and it looks like his splitter's a little higher than some of his other competition. And let me tell you something, that's just grip. That is nothing more than just flat grip when you're in the race car, and you need all you can get. He's done a good job today and is driving his heart out.
And you know, it also loses speed. If that thing's up out of the track like that, you don't have the grip in the turns, you don't have the speed on the straightaways, so that's really hard to battle.
We're closing on.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Clint.
Well, you can see watching Kyle Busch right there. I mean, just the splitter control, obviously a rough racetrack. As you're getting into the apex of the corner down there, it is bouncing up and down, but the control of that bounce is what you're looking for, and they've certainly done a good job with those Gibbs cars.
A history-making day for Kyle Busch at his home track, crossing the start-finish line here. Has now led 16,000 laps in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. That's the most all-time.
That's hard to put your arms around a guy that could be that dominant and lead that many laps, especially at his age. He hadn't been doing this for long.
Scheduled stops here for these drivers that took the wave around last time. Here's Eric Jones, Matt.
They told him to play extra safe on pit road due to the pit road speeding issues earlier. Impressive run through the field. He climbed at the 13th. The car good down in turns 1 and 2. He just needed a little bit of help in the center of 3 and 4. It was a little bit on the tight side.
And a penalty there for the 28 of Dakota Armstrong. So another speeding penalty. Kyle Busch having no issues. He's led 116 of 117 laps. He's the all-time wins leader, and he's delivering again today in Sin City. What an afternoon it's been for Kyle Busch at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. His advantage over second place Chase Elliott, 3.9 seconds. Daniel Suarez is third. Elliott Sadler continues fourth. Justin Allgaier is fifth. Austin Dillon has worked his way to the sixth position, won this race a year ago. Brendan Gaughan, Brandon Jones, Justin Marks, Darrell Wallace Jr., the top 10. So what are you saying on the radio when you've dominated a race like Kyle Busch has here today?
They make it to the end of So we'll be about 8 short.
It's always something, Adam.
Right there, guys. You know, you got a guy, we just said it. He's led 16,000 laps. He's been all over the board. He's come close to winning this race. But that right there is how you can beat the fastest car on the track.
And that's just NASCAR. Just think about a year ago, Austin Dillon dominated this race, won by just a half a car length. Kyle Busch is out there just putting the field away, but there's still issues that could lie ahead.
Yep.
Nice battle on track here among teammates. Brandon Jones making a nice mid-race rally. Going to the inside of Brendan Gaughan, put Jones up to 7th. You know what I love about Brandon Jones? The fact that doesn't matter where he starts, where he runs throughout the race, how things go in practice. He seems just to get better and better as the weekend goes on. And when you're 19 and you're a rookie, that's exactly what you have to do.
And, you know, when you watch him, you think of Bulldog. You know, he just keeps grinding it out. He drives the wheels off that thing at all times. And you see the little kid get out. That's not what I thought.
Yeah, and then also when he about spun out at 180 miles an hour into the corner, his tone of his voice never changed.
Didn't slow him down a bit.
Saved it and kept on digging. That's an impressive young rookie.
And he's got a great crew chief in Mike Hillman Jr. The perfect combination, young driver, veteran crew chief, and they really have hit it off. 7th at Daytona last week in his first ever trip to Atlanta in anything, and good here again today. Now Brendan Gaughan going to make a pit stop. Just saw him on track. Scheduled stop here, Chris.
Yeah, great run for Brendan Gaughan, running the top 10 all day. He said, this is our Charlotte, this is our hometown race, and he's been pretty happy with his car for about the first 25 laps of the run. After that, he said the car just gets way too loose, and with all the traffic out here, I'm just trying to move around and find grip, and I just can't find it.
Stage of the race, you're begging for an adjustment, right?
Yeah, you are, but just watching those guys do their jobs, you know, that's one of the things that's fun about being up here in the booth, watching those pit crew work and do their jobs. I don't get to see that in the car, you know, it's amazing.
Austin Dillon has been quiet, but he's in the hunt, Matt.
Stopped in his box. He was running in the 6th position, was Austin Dillon. You can see their wrench in the back window. Significant adjustment for Austin Dillon. His car on the free side now. Watch the car leaving the box. He's been having issues with wheel spin, and he does again as he leaves his pit box. That's been an issue all day long. Chris?
And Justin Allgaier, he was running up in 2nd after that last restart, but faded back to 5th, saying that car just getting way too loose over the course of the run. You can see a big track bar adjustment there. Matt?
And a back up on the wedge adjustment they made last stop for the 1 car of Elliott Sadler. He felt like that's what hurt him from center to exit on the corner. The car was good on the front end of the run, but he paid the price late. Chris?
And Chase Elliott about 4 seconds behind the leader late in this run. He's saying that car just progressively getting looser, but he said the adjustments we've been making with air pressure and track bar adjustments have been making it better. It's just we just don't have the speed of the 18.
I've been impressed, though, guys, with Chase Elliott in that 88 car. He's been able to keep pace with the 18, just a couple of 3 seconds back. He's able to get on pit road before him here, maybe run some faster lap times, and Chase Elliott can contend for the win.
Darrell Wallace Jr. had jumped up to 4th on this cycle of stops. He's making his stop now, Vince.
Well, and the car is getting better as they go. He was a little bit too loose on that last run, so they're going to snug him up a little bit. It's going to be a 4-tire change, as you'd expect. Chassis adjustment there with the wrench going in the window. Sunoco fuel, and see if Bubba can make something happen here in these last couple of runs.
You know, this green flag pit stop serial has been a big advantage for is Eric Jones. He made his early. He's been out there running faster lap times than Kyle Busch. I think he's going to wind up either on the lead lap or at least the first car one down after these pit stops are complete.
Certainly was a good gamble for him. They pitted long before the lead lappers were going to pit and capitalize on all that track position. But that can bite you. You know, the caution comes out right there. You're going to be right back to the hole, the deep hole that you're in before. But certainly the 20 cars marching to the front.
Eric right now in the 14th position, 2 laps down. If you weren't with us earlier, got caught speeding on pit road when he came down to make a green flag stop, and to add insult to injury, when he made his pass through penalty speeding again, that meant a stop and go. Went from top 5 to 2 laps down. His teammates have been great. They're 1-2 right now, and here comes Daniel Suarez from the runner-up position, Vince.
Yeah, Suarez has had a pretty good race car, but they've had some issues in the pits that have cost him some spots on consecutive pit stops. So the car is decent. We've seen him run it right up to second place. Doesn't really have much for Kyle Busch at this point, but otherwise I think best in class for Suarez. 4-tire change.
You just want to stay in that position and hope you can get a late race restart and make something happen, right?
That's all you can do. You know, you got a guy with the talent that Kyle Busch does. You've got to be able to get to a situation where you can capitalize and beat him another way.
Right.
So let me get this straight. Last guy to pit of the leaders is Kyle Busch. He's got the fastest car. He can go anywhere on the track. And oh, by the way, the best fuel mileage too, right? He's got it all. I'd say batting 1,000. Led all but one lap today. That 18, incredible, Vince.
It has been so good. Kyle says the track is definitely getting looser, though, so he wants a little bit more help in the back end. So they're going to get a chassis adjustment in here with these 4 tires and fuel. He just wants to lock the bottom down a little bit more on entry, and he thinks that will make the car even better, if you can imagine that.
No, I can't imagine that. He exits pit road with 65 laps remaining. And everyone that came here will have to make at least one more pit stop this afternoon. Caution out for the 3rd time this afternoon here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It all started in turn 2 when Cody Ware went for a spin in the 25. A couple of other guys checking up and simply nowhere to go.
You can see Ware high on the racetrack, just coming into the screen.
You saw it shot up right there. He got loose behind those cars, got up on the marbles, and just lost it.
Now he does his job. He's got his brakes on and coming to a stop. The car's going to naturally slide down the bank a bit, and Bubba's trying to tuck to the bottom.
Man. You could tell they're just committed on that outside line. You're wide open. I mean, clear past, you know, even before the apex of the corner, you're wide open. And you could just see they just couldn't react fast enough. Tons of damage to both of those race cars.
Huge damage for the 6 and the 42 of Justin Marks, the other one involved.
And we heard Bubba say, let's hear what he says.
Yeah, I'm all right. God almighty, that hurt. Whew. That was it. We were already free. Nobody's fault there. Just too late. 10-4.
I think that's him saying, you know, he was loose already, Clint, and when he went to turn to the bottom of the racetrack, the car just came around on him.
Yeah, man, that's a wild, unfortunate deal. I mean, 2 really fast race cars, and unfortunately just got taken out. Huge impact. Lucky that, you know, everybody's okay. That could have been pretty dangerous here.
You heard Bubba Wallace. We saw him out of the car, saw Cody Ware, and now Justin Marks. Good that everybody's okay, because there was a lot of impact over there. Let's see it one more time.
Man, it's hard to explain how fast these guys are going until you see something like that happen.
You don't ever know until you feel something like that happen.
Third caution of the day has led to the red flag with 63 to go.
Welcome back to Xfinity Series Racing from Las Vegas Motor Speedway right here on FS1 under red flag conditions. 63 laps to go. A hard hit we'll show you in just a moment. Danielle Trotta alongside Larry McReynolds taking you through 137 laps of action. Early caution, Larry, lap 2.
Yeah, this was Ryan Preece and Corey LaJoie. They got together, brought out the first caution. Of course, everyone stayed out because we only were on lap 1.
And some problems for Eric Jones.
Yeah, this was under a green flag stop at lap 54, speeding on pit road. Then when he did his pass-through penalty, he sped again. That's the reason he had to come back and do the stop and go right there. 2 laps down at that point.
His teammate Kyle Busch on pole has led all but 1 lap today, class of the field.
And now 16,000 laps in his Xfinity Series career.
And then just moments ago, coming off turn 2, a hard hit. Cody Ware spins Larry and collects Well, Bubba Wallace collects Cody.
Well, this shows just how fast things are happening at this mile-and-a-half track. You'll see Cody where he'll come down off the wall just a little bit. Darrell Wallace Jr. tries to go low, slides into him, and then Justin Marks in the 42 car, he gets involved as well. Hard crash on that 6 car of Darrell Wallace.
There you see the damage for Darrell Wallace Jr. He said over the radio moments ago, a really hard hit. Luckily, all 3 drivers, we can tell you right now, are okay. NASCAR cleaning up the racetrack.
Yeah, and what makes this caution, this red flag, interesting, I look at how far that Kyle Busch just ran in that last run under green, and it was right at about 60 laps. We are here under red at 63 laps, so it never fails. We always have that caution where it's just maybe outside of the fuel window.
Speaking of Kyle Busch, let's listen to the scanner sound now from car 18.
That was pretty good mileage, that run. We stretched it as far as we could. If we get about 5 caution laps before we go back here, and you get the same mileage that you did that run, we can make it to the end. All right. I'll try to keep you posted on whether I feel like I got the same mileage or not, but I don't believe I'm going to be able to because I'll have him on my
Also known as Rowdy Busch, 10 times inside the race car. What does that exchange tell you?
Well, who he's talking about is Chase Elliott at 88, who seems to be able to keep pace. But when I look at my numbers, the only 2 drivers I think that could make it if they do pit here is Kyle Busch and his teammate Daniel Suarez. But the last thing Kyle Busch wants to do is lose this race because of the wrong strategy right here.
Larry, let's go down to Matt Yoakum. He's with Darrell Wallace, who just got out of the infield care center.
And Darrell Wallace Jr. has been checked and released from the infield care center. Number one, as far as the impact, how tremendous does that feel inside the race car?
Sure didn't feel as good as this Coca-Cola right now, but it's just a bummer. We were kind of, running our own race there, and racing, I think the 98 was inside of us, got us clear, and so we were focused on him, and by the time we seen the 25, it was too late. I was already kind of pitched sideways. It's a hell of a hit, but, thank the Lord that we all walked away okay. The second impact was pretty good, too, but I'm here. I'm talking to you. I'm all good. Just hate it for my guys. We were improving on our Ford Mustang all day, and, God, it's just such a bummer. I was having so much fun here. This place is, like 10 laps ago, I was like, man, this place is good to me. And then I guess I spoke too soon, but I can't thank everybody enough. Jack and everybody at Ford, Coca-Cola, Alpine Star, Beam, Roush Performance. We'll come back. We'll go to Phoenix. We gained a lot there in the fall race last year, and we'll put it to them.
Always good at trying to compartmentalize frustration, but when you look at this incident itself, did your spotter give you enough time, or was there just simply it happened too quickly for you to try to adjust?
Oh, Freddie did a hell of a job, as he always does, and there's no blame on anybody. By the time he caught it, I was already in pitch, and by the time I slowed down, it just jumped out from under me. So just unfortunate circumstances, but, we got a little break here to kind of cool down and head into Phoenix, go do some hiking and get away from it.
But the good thing is he can crack a smile due to all this disappointment. Moving on to Phoenix.
That is the silver lining, Matt Yoakum. Thanks so much. Darrell Wallace Jr. entered the day 7th in points. Larry McReynolds, it'll be a heck of a restart. Fox Sports 1 all over it. Kyle Busch, your leader, with 63 laps to go from Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Our third caution of the day for the NASCAR XFINITY Series at Las Vegas Motor Speedway has led to the red flag. 63 laps remaining. Let's go back and see what happened. Cody Ware spinning here. Darrell Wallace Jr., Justin Marks nowhere to go.
That's scary.
We heard from Darrell Wallace Jr. He is fine. Justin Marks has also walked from the infield care center. Matt Yoakum.
He's been checked and released. Also watching the replay of the video, simply not enough time because you have to make a split-second decision.
Yeah, it's always tough. Like, you know, when a car wrecks and doesn't stay up there, starts sliding down, because we all have to make a decision pretty quick whether we're going to go high or go low. And when the spinning car comes down the racetrack, you have to make that decision pretty quickly. And it looks like, you know, it was kind of a matter of luck for about 5 or 6 of us whether we were going to make it through or not. So I hate it for this Katera team. All the Chip Ganassi Racing guys worked really hard this weekend. We had a really good car run, solidly in the top 10. And I think we were going to have a good top 10 run. But I'm back in the car next week at Phoenix, and we'll just try to finish the job there.
Thank you, Justin.
Justin Marks, a driver that hasn't spent a lot of time on the ovals in recent years, certainly holding his own here today and unfortunately involved in an accident that takes him out of contention. So everybody's been chasing Kyle Busch. Incredible performance, leading 136 of 137 laps as he starts to roll a bit here.
I got to race the 88. I can't have him run me out of gas in order to beat the 20 if we go green here.
Well, what you do is you race, keep the lead on the front side. I'll have a plan for if we get enough of a gap that we'll manage that gap once you get stretched out, and then we'll start saving fuel as much as we can, and then I'll keep you aware of where you stand.
Always got to have a plan, right?
I love that. He said, Kyle was like, I can't run out of gas. He said, well, give me a lead, and then you can save some.
But yes, that was Captain Obvious. Yeah, I definitely got to keep this guy behind me, and I got to do whatever is necessary. But hey, that's Chase Elliott and Junior Motorsports behind you. You've got to go. You know, he's going to keep you on your heels. But that's exactly right. You've got his teammates, Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones, right there for the taking. If Chase Elliott was to run him hard enough that they both run out.
Yeah, and Chase, the adjustments that they made on that car today, he was as strong as Kyle late in that last run. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get there.
Kyle Busch teased me. I thought the car was rolling. Maybe we were going to go back under caution. That's not the case. So let's visit with Brendan Gaughan, 9th right now.
Hey, buddy, it's Mike up in the FS1 booth. You all right in there? Look like you dozed off on me.
Catch a little nap, Mr. Walker. It's a little warm in here, if you might remember.
I got you. It looks like that car's really competitive up near the top 5. You got an adjustment in there that can get you the top 5 finish you deserve?
Yeah, we think. Chevy's been too tight all day long, and Shane Wilson's boys are working hard. We're going to try a little something that Shane and I talked about kind of last couple days and tested a little bit yesterday, see if it's good to see a Las Vegas native dominate the race. It's just the wrong Las Vegas native in my book, so I'd love to get up there and try to battle with him and see if we can't get this thing up front.
Well, Brendan, this is Clint, man. It's been a lot of fun watching you on these restarts, putting them 3 wide, putting them early. You know, that's what you got to do to these kids. Keep them on their heels and go for it. You've certainly been impressive and fun to watch today.
Love my restarts, Clint. And that's a part of the sport that a lot of people don't take very seriously. And when we're all bunched up, man, that's when you can steal the most spots. So I love doing my restarts, and Richard actually lets me do a little something different transmission-wise. So I take a lot of pride in my restarts. Thanks for noticing, bud.
Well, you're certainly keeping everybody at South Point happy today. You've been doing good. You do a lot for our sport. Everybody appreciates it.
Thank you, guys. Hope it's been an enjoyable race for the fans to watch.
It's a great weekend to be in Las Vegas if you're a sports fan, right? A lot of college basketball going on, NASCAR today, tomorrow. Tonight, it's all about UFC 196. Full coverage straight ahead on FS1. Let's get a preview from Jay Glazer. Going to be a fun night on FS1. And, you know, there was a time, not too long ago, Clint, that we were racing out here in the desert, not at Las Vegas, at Phoenix, that I thought maybe you were going to be a UFC guy. Do you remember that?
Man, I tell you what, I don't know. I'm not a huge fight guy, right? I don't. It hurts too damn much. But let me tell you something. I don't know if you guys have been watching these previews for this, the press conferences and things. I don't think these guys like each other. I can't. Hey, do you have a ticket?
No. Do you have an extra?
I happen to have a ticket, and I'm going to watch this deal go down. I can't wait.
One ticket, right?
Yes.
You'll have a good time tonight. And, you know, we appreciate you coming up. You were here with us last week at Atlanta and joining us today at Las Vegas. I think going to be with us again later in the season. We should point out, you guys come up here, donate your time to us, and then we, in turn, give back to your foundation. What do you guys have going on right now, Clint?
You know, a lot. It's always going on, and that's what's so much fun, to be in a situation where we're so fortunate to be able to give back. All of the drivers, I love this community. Everybody participates, helps one another out. I go right back home to Emporia, the Emporia Community Foundation. We've set up the 79 Fund within that foundation and have a blast. We have a golf tournament every year that raises a ton of money. We've been able to build community centers and really give back and make a difference within the community.
And I've been fortunate enough to go to Emporia and see the community center and the work that Clint has done because of this foundation. And the whole community really wraps their arms around this man because of what he's given back. And it's really a pleasure to go see.
So I appreciate you guys. We come up here because we love racing, man. If we're not up here talking, we're bench racing back at the casino or somewhere else. So this is what we do.
And today, Vince, the conversation up here has been all about driver 18, Kyle Busch. How they feeling at this stage?
Well, and with crew chief Chris Gale, we've heard the conversation between you and Kyle about what the fuel situation is. The pressure from Chase behind you is going to dictate some things. But how aggressive are you willing to be with the fuel to get Kyle to victory lane today?
Well, whatever it takes to win. You know, we think we have a good enough car to win outright, but if it winds up going to where fuel strategy is the only way, we're going to try. It's pretty simple in this 18 car. We're just trying to go for wins this year.
Chris?
Well, Dave Ellens and Chase Elliott have been making progress all day, trying to close in on Kyle Busch, but he's got a ton of speed. Do you have anything for him?
I think we've been making gains on the Tech Slayer Chevrolet all day. Feel good about the direction we're heading, and yeah, I think we have something for him. Just try to make sure we have enough fuel in it.
You guys came 5 laps earlier than Kyle on that last stop. Do you need to come for fuel now?
Yes, we'll be coming for fuel.
Chris, we run to the red flag for about 20 minutes. It has been lifted, cars rolling once again. So we're under caution once more at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And Dave said there, pit here. What are you thinking, Larry?
I just think if you're going to beat Kyle Busch, you need to do opposite of what he does. If he stays out, you come in and pit. Know you can make it to the end. If he pits, you stay out. You're not going to beat him just heads up unless they do something out of the ordinary with strategy and run out of fuel.
Pit road was not open that time by, so obviously everyone will bypass the pit lane, and we'll see if they come the next time around.
Well, one car that's gotten himself back into the show because of a good break. You said he needed a little bit of luck, Clint, and he got it, and that was Eric Jones, and he's going to get the free pass. Now he's going to have to start in the rear. Gets another caution. He could be a real player because he and Chase Elliott in that 88 are able to run times that are similar to Kyle Busch. So we've always seen the action pick up and the caution flag fly more at the end of this race. Another caution flag or two in that 18 car could have some company in the form of the 20.
You know, but I like the optimism in Chase Elliott's crew chief. He is right. They have been getting better, and we watched this. Michael and I were kind of watching the lap times before that accident, and he was matching his lap times and bettering them at times. So I think we got a race here.
Before becoming a crew chief for Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the Xfinity Series, Dave Ellens was an engineer with Chad Knaus in that 48 Cup team. Let's go back to Atlanta. Great call by Chad Knaus, short pit, got Jimmy in a position to win the race. When he didn't have the dominant car throughout the day, we'll see if Dave Ellens can pull a rabbit out of the hat here and put Chase in position to steal one from Kyle Busch.
Well, we saw Chase go to the whip down at Daytona and pull off just an amazing victory down there, and now he's got himself in a position to win again. It's fun to watch this young man drive a car.
There'll be 61 laps to go this time around, and as Larry has pointed out a couple of times today, that last fuel run for Kyle Busch was 60 laps. So they are right on that outside edge of being able to go the distance.
Right here.
And they are going to come down the pit lane and get service. Chris Neville, lead us off.
And Justin Allgaier, he needs fuel here too. Came in a lap earlier than Chase Elliott. The team also talking about making an adjustment because the last time they were in, the car just didn't get any better. Chase Elliott just fuel on the stop. They were talking right side tires, but fuel only. Vince?
Well, the 18 of Kyle Busch didn't want to take any chances. They said if everybody's coming behind us, we might as well come and get a splash. That's what it's going to be. Fuel only for the 18 and the 19 of Daniel Suarez.
And my math says all of these drivers that pitted here for fuel only should have 2 sets of tires remaining for the balance of the race. 61 laps to go. We've cleaned up our 3rd caution of the afternoon, the green flag, when we return to Sin City.
Get ready to go race.
Let's get our first win. How's that sound? Sounds like a plan. Got a sweeper there on a quarter mile. I have no idea what he's doing. I hate to say it, but that guy needs to be parked for sure. I think he didn't give me much room. We drove down to his door and put him sideways. We can't do that. Yeah, you can. I could get in my rent-a-car and go faster than him. Yeah, I'm all right. God almighty, that hurt. That was it. We were already free. Nobody's fault there. Too late.
What a day so far for the NASCAR Xfinity Series here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Getting ready for a restart with what will be 58 laps to go. Running second will be Daniel Suarez.
Oh, did you hear something? I hear somebody talking, but very, very far away. It's the voices in your head. Yeah, I know. It was in Spanish. I just kidding. Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Was it English or Spanish? It was Spanglish.
The kid's got a sense of humor, and he's also good playing pool in the desert. Check out this shot. Look at that. Now that one was good. This one nice as well, but that's a scratch. Yeah, that doesn't count, right?
Something tells me this guy with this nifty vest on, I want that guy next bar I go into to be my partner.
What about the fact that he's battled his way up to the second spot got a fast car. We talk about Chase Elliott and we talk about Eric Jones. Daniel said, don't forget about me.
That's right. And he's still loose, right? I mean, inside that car, he's loose and having fun. That's what you got to have.
Also want to clean up Cody Ware, who was involved in that caution moment ago, has been released from the care center. Restart, 58 to go. Front row, Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez.
Whoa, Daniel didn't get going. And Justin Allgaier is going to jump. If you don't get going, you're going to have company in a hurry.
That's exactly right.
He's got the guys from Junior Motorsports all around him. Chase Elliott second, Elliott Sadler third. In that middle lane, Daniel Suarez to his right, Justin Allgaier.
And look at Brennan Poole. He's trying to charge into the top 5 in that 48 car down on the inside.
What's going on with Elliott Sadler, Matt?
Now, under that caution, his team told him max saving as far as fuel, so he was shutting his car off and coasting under that caution. They looked at the numbers. They're about 1 lap short on fuel. Elliott said, I will be able to get you that 1 lap. Now, that's to the finish, not considering overtime.
And here comes Brandon Jones. When he pitted a moment ago, got 4 tires. They're paying off, but Daniel Suarez not going away.
No, that's a strong Toyota with Daniel Suarez. He's made his way around Jones and is marching up toward the front. Clint, he's just struggled on these restarts. We've seen it a couple of times. And as we know, as action picks up and laps wind down, there's going to be another restart.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, just got behind right there on that restart. But you can see him flexing his muscles, gritting his teeth a little bit. And he's going to get that baby right back to the front.
Other drivers that got 4 tires that last time around, Austin and Ty Dillon. You know, Ty had some issues earlier in the race, but look at him right now. Finds himself 6th on the board.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you have a caution like that, that's unexpected on everybody's part, and it really shakes the races up, and that's what makes this sport entertaining.
Larry McReynolds said it. Do the opposite of the leaders, and I think we saw some people take advantage of that. Look at Eric Jones knifing his way through the traffic. He's back on the lead lap, back in contention after a horrible start to this race. Sort of the same thing we saw at Atlanta last week. Never give up, and he finds himself with a chance.
He was 2 laps down. I mean, after those 2 speeding penalties, and they stay after it. Give some credit to his crew chief, Chris Gabehart, a rookie crew chief who has to make those decisions to take the wave around. He drives around Brennan Poole. Eric Jones now back up to 8th as Daniel Suarez goes to work on Elliott Sadler. That's the battle for 3rd.
Solid run for Elliott Sadler. Junior Motorsports with Chase Elliott up in the front. They're trying to battle these Toyotas.
Absolutely. I saw that Elliott had the One Main Financial people in town last night, out to dinner, met them. Man, it's been a great program he's put together. Him, my spotter, Brett, everybody involved with that. It's been a lot of fun to watch them over the years.
Yeah, I just love Elliott Sadler's spirit. He's like Brendan Gaughan. He loves what he gets to do. He's got a great partner in One Main Financial. They support this series, and now he's giving them a run that they deserve up in the top 5.
One Main, the longest active primary sponsor in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Saw Elliott tweet that the other day. Eric Jones continuing the climb inside of Justin Allgaier. That's Ty Dillon right in front of him. All that for position, just like this battle. Brennan Poole, Austin Dillon.
Saw Jones get a little bit loose under the 7 car of Allgaier when they got to turn 3. Wasn't able just to make that pass like you've been running through everyone else. Closer you get to the front, the harder it is to get positions.
What a day, though. You know, what a 2 weeks. Had that mishap on the start of the race last week in Atlanta. Battles back inside the top 5. He gets a good finish. Right back at it again this week. A lot of adversity for a young driver like that, and to see him, battling through those conditions and getting back up to the front, keeping his composure. These are all things you want to see in a young racer.
And when he gets to turn 1, he's going to have that car on the outside again. He'll have a tendency to get free.
Justin Allgaier said, all due respect on your rally, I feel really good about my position. You cannot have it yet. And Daniel Suarez continuing the climb. How fast has he been since sliding back on the restart?
That's impressive. And here comes his partner Jones with him. They're charging to the front. Be interesting to see. The last couple of laps, Suarez has outrun Kyle Busch. You talk about a car getting tighter or freer. With this weather cooling down, it seems to be really playing into Suarez's hand. That car's fastest now than it's ever been.
Yeah, basically just anybody in a Gibbs car right now.
And Suarez, he's only a second back of the lead right now, Vince.
That's right, and Suarez has a really good race car, as we've had the opportunity to see. He's fought loose throughout much of the day today, but crew chief Scott Graves has got him fixed up right now, and that 19 is handling. Remember, Scott Graves, the crew chief for Suarez, he was the crew chief for Chris Buescher last year, and they won the Xfinity Series championship together. So look for good things for this combination between these two. Chris?
Well, Chase Elliott just letting Daniel Suarez go by there like his teammate Elliott Sadler. He's also about a lap shy on fuel, so his crew chief Dave Ellens told him, hey, I really need you to lift out early going into both corners. We are a lap shy, and we've got to make some up here. We've got 49 to go.
Chase Elliott is third right now, Chris. But I'm going to tell you right now, the fast cars on track, Eric Jones and Daniel Suarez. Suarez continues to chip away at Kyle Busch, who's led all but one lap today.
Hey, we got Suarez second now, so if you guys can talk back and forth on the box, you know, we just need to run as hard as we need to make sure we both make it to the finish, you know?
Yep, we'll handle that. Yeah, that's good strategy. Let's just save a little bit of fuel and sort this out late in the going. Daniel says, let me get there first, right, and then we'll work on that.
It's pretty easy to say if you're on the 18 box. Yeah, just don't tell him to push us very much harder. We want to save fuel. Need him to do the same thing.
And Clint, think about the balance that Daniel Suarez is faced with here. He wants to win a race. He has been so competitive and so close to breaking through. He wants to get that done, but he also has to be patient if he does indeed get to Kyle and understand he's going to need enough fuel to get there. And then plus, we know how hard it's going to be to pass Kyle. You can't make a mistake and wipe both cars out.
No, you know, and going back to that restart, you know, he got back a little bit. He was frustrated, and sometimes getting mad helps you, you know, wakes you up a little bit in that race car, gets you a little bit, and we see that on a lap times. Picked him up, and he's actually the fastest car on the track.
Mentioned Brandon Jones got those 4 tires on that last pit stop. Maybe they will pay off as the run continues, trying to get around Elliott Sadler. That's the battle for 4th, and right behind them, Eric Jones has gotten around Ty Dillon. He's going to work over both Brandon Jones, no relation, and Elliott Sadler here. The 20 is going to be back in the top 5 with just under 50 laps to go.
This has been a roller coaster ride here in Las Vegas for the 20 car. He spent some 70 laps, a couple of laps down.
Look at this chart.
Wow. See, the trouble started right in through here, but he's battled back and has done a great job.
My portfolio of stocks went to there, but then it didn't ever make that big climb that Jones has made, but this has been impressive.
Jones and Jones, 2 19-year-olds going at it for a position inside the top 5. Eric makes the pass.
Clint, let me just give you a little heads up. It's going to get really crowded in Sprint Cup over the next few years. Look at these guys that are just young teenagers charging to the front.
Yeah, and we see it. You know, we're living it right now. Our rookie class is the best rookie class we've had, probably maybe since, you know, arguably since my rookie class with Denny Hamlin and everybody that was in it, Martin Truex. It was such a strong rookie class, a lot of fun. I remember those days, and it's fun to see these guys living it out as well.
Kyle Busch got to be looking in the rearview mirror and saying, are you kidding me?
Keep doing what you're doing. We're trying to get some help from out back, so we don't need to push each other any harder than we need to. He just needs to manage his gap behind him. So we'll do the same here. It's like telling a snake who sees a mouse that he doesn't need to eat today.
Thank you, Kyle. That's exactly
great
what
analogy.
That's all Daniel's thinking is you've won a whole bunch of races, Kyle, in this series. I've not been able to pull that off yet.
And that's the thing that, you know, we, as racers, you know, Kyle Busch isn't running as hard as he can, and Daniels is doing everything he can do to go win that race. This is a big day for him. So I guess the telltale sign is going to be when Daniel does get to his bumper, can he pick it up and drive back away from him?
Kyle Busch may not be giving it his all right now, saving the race car, saving fuel. Eric Jones is. You saw the pass around Elliott Sadler, the 20 car, back up to 4th. 41 laps to go, and it's getting good at Las Vegas. The advantage for race leader Kyle Busch back over a second. The second place Daniel Suarez. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Superior performing tires to face the challenging conditions on the track and the road. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR. 35 laps to go here in Sin City. The advantage now for Kyle Busch, 1.9 seconds. He created some separation while we were away at break, but just like we started the race, it's now 1-2-3 Joe Gibbs because Eric Jones went around Chase Elliott.
And Eric Jones is running the fastest laps on the track. Seems like maybe Daniel's car has gone off a bit. The last couple laps, he's been 3 or 4 tenths slower than Kyle, but Eric Jones has got it together. A lap that last time by a 1/10.5, he was faster than the leader. He just needs one more caution, and all the problems from earlier will be forgotten. He'll be toe-to-toe with Kyle Busch and Daniel Suarez who wins this race.
Well, I definitely think Kyle's analogy of the snake in the mouth was correct. The mouth's got running away from the mouth, but what Kyle doesn't know is there's a new mouse and a new snake in the game. Eric Jones is coming.
And let's put this in perspective for the guys running second and third. We have a chase in the Xfinity Series now. If Suarez or Jones goes up and wins this thing, they know they'll be in the playoffs come September, Larry. There's a lot on the line here.
Well, yeah, when I look at our top 7 or 8, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, it's about going to victory lane. They're not a part of this Xfinity Series on a regular basis. But for all of these other guys, this chase is a game changer because you can roll the dice, you can gamble and try to get a win. But all I can base my numbers off of is what I've seen these drivers run earlier. And Kyle Busch ran 60 laps. Daniel Suarez ran 58. Chase Elliott ran 53. And they're all trying to run about 61 laps with 3 cautions. So I think Kyle and Suarez can make it. I'm just not sure about Chase Elliott.
What about the 19 at this stage of the game, Vince?
Well, that lead for Kyle Busch is starting to grow. You see 2.5 seconds. Daniel Suarez starting to slip back. Mentioned those lap times. The car has turned loose on Daniel Suarez, and that's what they fought throughout the course of this day.
Well, that's frustrating, isn't it? I go back to Bristol last year, Michael, his first trip there in an Xfinity car. He was outstanding.
Yeah.
Finished second to Joey Logano, who led every lap of the race. He's been in the hunt before on many occasions.
And then no track is tougher for a kid to show up at and just get their arms around than Bristol. And he's done that really well. Here, it seems like Vince reported the handling's going away a little bit late. You can see there he is off turn 2. And just behind the lap car sits Eric Jones. He's going to join the battle for second here in just a handful of laps.
What are you thinking of your Joe Gibbs right now? These guys qualify 1, 2, 3, 2 consecutive weeks. Cross Atlanta off the list where you've never won as an organization. Never won here at Las Vegas, and here we are 30 laps to go, and they're 1, 2, 3 again, Clint.
Well, I know after he won the Daytona 500, he went to Steak and Shake. So if I'm Joe Gibbs right now, I'm probably thinking another chocolate shake's going to be in the future coming up.
But we're in Las Vegas. You can upgrade, right?
Yeah, we're going to live it up. We're going to go to In-N-Out Burger. How about that?
That's fair. That's fair.
But guys, this chase, I guarantee you, Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones, they believe they're going to be in the chase no matter what. They're going to win races. So right now, it's just all about winning a race. This is Vegas. You want to go up there and get the checkered flag in this city.
But we see it in the Cup Series, man. I'm telling you, when you win that race and get yourself in the chase, all the pressure's off. You know, there's no more worry about consistency and having to race your way in and do everything correct each and every week. It's go for it. And if you can get that going early and establish that win early, it's your whole mindset for the rest of the season is way different.
Breathe better.
28 laps to go, Michael, and I'm watching the interval between Kyle and Daniel, and it had ballooned from down close to a half a second up to 2 seconds, maybe 2 seconds plus, but right now consistently right around 1.9, 1.8. He's hanging in the game.
I think that's all about Kyle Busch right now, just letting off that gas pedal a little bit, saving those guys a little bit of fuel, and doing just what his crew chief told him he would let him do. He said, give me a big lead and then you can save some gas. Kyle Busch followed those orders, and that's exactly what's happening now.
But it comes from experience. The thing that that's so impressive about Kyle Busch is his knowledge and awareness of the race and how it's unfolding and what is happening, so he can forecast what he needs to do inside the race car. And it comes from all these truck races, all these Xfinity races, all the Cup races over his career. He just does such a great job of analyzing and managing the situation that he's in.
And you also just have to give a big tip of the hat to the coach who put this all together. He's got Daniel Suarez from Mexico. He's got the young racer Eric Jones from Michigan. Kyle Busch from Las Vegas. 1, 2, 3 in his Toyotas.
What's the latest, Vince?
Well, they've told Kyle Busch that he is good to the end and then some. So he's at least one lap to the good. So he's saving a little bit in case there happens to be an overtime situation. And then the 19 of Daniel Suarez in the next lap, they're going to turn him loose and take him out of fuel saving mode, and he can go hard to the end. The question is, does he have enough handle to make it challenging for Kyle because of that loose race car of the 19, Matt?
And what a recovery by Michigander Eric Jones. 2 laps down, fought his way all the way back to third. Now his team told him about 10 laps ago that we are in a fuel situation, but we are best of those that are in that situation, meaning his teammates. Right now, he's 4.5 seconds back of Daniel Suarez.
And Matt, we all know if you're going to win a championship at any level, you have to manage some adversity. Week 1, Eric Jones, the favorite to win this title in 2016, wrecked early at Daytona, finishes outside the top 30. We've talked about his issues at the start of the race last week, the 2 speeding penalties here today. This kid puts it behind him and moves on. You have to have that mindset if you're going to pick up the big trophies in this sport.
Well, absolutely. And let's, look at it. Look at the facts here. A team has finished 1, 2, 3 in the Xfinity 4 times. 3 of the 4 were Joe Gibbs Racing. That tells you that he is in great equipment. That tells you the commitment to Gibbs organization has to this Xfinity series. They get the benefit. They realize it. You see this in other organizations. They'll come in. They'll really get to going good. They'll have to rob Peter to pay Paul a little bit. They'll move people up into the Cup Series. And you see their Xfinity series struggle a little bit for a little while till they get their feet underneath them again. Gibbs is the only one, in my opinion, that's been able to, really stay focused and not have to rob Peter to pay Paul and bring people up, or as they do.
By the way, when they pass notes over on the whiteboard, those are for me. Okay, Michael knows.
I stole your notes.
One advantage, slight advantage that you might want to give to Eric Jones. Remember, he got the free pass, so he ran another lap on the track before pitting to get gas. So he has 1 more lap of gas than Kyle Busch, but Kyle's out in front now, dictating the race, running his pace, maybe saving a little bit of fuel himself.
Kyle Busch coming off the corner, back to the start-finish line, 20 laps to his first ever win in the Xfinity Series here at his home track, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And for those of you expecting the UFC 196 pre-fight show, it can currently be seen on Fox Sports Go. We'll continue live on FS1 as soon as we wrap our coverage from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. If you're just joining us on this Saturday afternoon, it's been the Kyle Busch Show. Started on the pole, has led 179 of 180 laps in what a strong performance for Joe Gibbs Racing. They've never won here in the Xfinity Series. They're currently 1, 2, 3. Daniel Suarez is second. Eric Jones is third. Chase Elliott and Brandon Jones complete the top 5.
So if you're wanting to see the UFC pre-fight, you're on Kyle Busch's team because he wants to get to the checkered flag. He has been in a hurry since they threw the green this afternoon, and that team has been right there for him every lap of the way. Great pit stops, no mistakes. Conversely, the guy in third, his teammate Eric Jones, has had all kinds of trouble, but he's battled back into contention.
A lot easier to work that lap traffic, isn't it, when you have a fast race car, number 1. But number 2, he can pretty much put it anywhere on the track, talking about Kyle Busch.
Yeah, but it still goes down to the driver, and let's back up to practice. You've got to know what you're looking for so you can do these things when the race is on the line. That all comes back to practice, and he knew ahead of time what he needed so he could, maneuver around traffic and manage this race to the win.
We got 18 laps to go, 17 that time by, and I've just seen it so many times where you get a long green flag run, but as the laps wind down, people start to try to grab 13th place away from the guy running 12. Battles all over the track, and those battles intensify as time runs down and cautions happen late.
Chase Elliott running fourth right now, Chris. What's the story there?
Well, he's fourth, but he's about 11 seconds behind the leaders. He was just talking with his crew chief, Dave Ellens, about that. You know, should he pick up the pace? And Dave said, no, not right now. We've got to save fuel. Don't worry about those leaders. We're hoping that they're going to run out. The only one you need to worry about is 33 right behind you, Brandon Jones. Just stay in front of him.
How cool is that Chase Elliott is worrying about the 19-year-old Brandon Jones? And it's just a couple of years ago, Chase was the guy that was the new kid on the block, and people had to start worrying about him. There's so much young talent in this garage area.
You know, when you're in the car and you're talking about fuel mileage and you know, how much to save, well, that's just it. How much do you save? You know, and is it a little bit? Is it a lap or two? That's doable and manageable. But the frustrating thing is sometimes the other car can go longer, you know, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you could see that with Chase Elliott. He was hanging in there, and then they pulled the chute and backed him up, and he's saving and in management mode.
Let's say you get the call from the crew chief. Say, on this run, you need to save me 2 laps. As a driver, how confident are you when you reach that point? How can you manage that from the cockpit?
Well, it's all situation, right? If you have a car behind you that's you can't manage that, it's really hard. If you're focused on somebody else, if you're way out front like Kyle is, you can back the corner up, really wait on the gas, use absolutely no brake, and manage you know, 2 or 3 laps pretty easy.
1 year ago when Austin Dillon won here, he led 183 of 200 laps, and we said, wow, he laid it on him, dominated. Well, the record has now been set. Kyle Busch leading 185 laps. That's the most all-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series in a single race here at Las Vegas. And now we have 13 laps to go.
And let me remind you, Austin Dillon won that race by about a half a car length over a charging Ryan Blaney. So anything can happen late in the going, and Blaney last year was proof of that. He almost took that dominating victory away from Dillon.
The interval now back down to 1.8 seconds. At one stage, it had gotten up close to 2.5. Eric Jones, meanwhile, who had been 4.5 seconds back, now finds himself at 3.7 behind race leader Kyle Busch.
You know, you talk about Kyle saving gas. I think there's a certain point in time, if you're Eric Jones, you have to say, well, I'm not going to run him down, so I better make sure I save enough gas to make it to the finish as well.
Yeah, especially when you're back running 1, 2, 3 for the company. You've got to be able to take care of business here and be smart and get the best finish you can.
What are they saying down in the 20 pit, Matt?
Michael, you and Clint were right on the money. Now his team told him, looking at the distance that we are back of Kyle Busch at this juncture, we are good to go on fuel, but let's not get too aggressive. And Eric told him that I've simply burned off my tires trying to fight my way to the back. They're just trying to finish the day on a very positive note.
And Matt, here's another thing to keep in mind when you talk about Eric Jones and this whole fuel situation. When they last pitted, Michael, it was when they got the free pass. They got fuel a lap later than everyone because of that. So they're 1 lap better than Kyle Busch and Daniel Suarez. Don't know that that will be a factor, but as tight as this is, could be a difference maker. Here we go, 10 laps remaining.
Talk about a dominating performance, and now I'm standing here on pins and needles. Do they have enough gas to get there, or can somebody sneak up there and swipe this victory away?
Matt talked about those tires going away for Eric Jones. He was down in the 3-second bracket. When you talk about how far he's behind Kyle Busch, it's now up to 4.7 and growing. So the handle on that Interstate Batteries Toyota certainly going away with 9 laps left.
There's just so many things going through your mind inside the car. You know, am I saving enough laps? Did he tell me, you know, accurately how much that he needed saved? Did that guy spill any? You know. By the way, you're betting all of this of the guesstimate of how much fuel that is on the ground for, you know, and then on top of that, is the caution going to come out? Right now, you're just thinking, how in the world can they take this from me?
So many factors go into winning one of these things. And you're right, Clint. Any one of those go wrong late,
you're done.
It's over.
If you tuned in for UFC 196 prelims, they're coming your way on FS1 when we finish here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You can watch it right now at Fox Sports Go. Kyle Busch going to be 7 laps away from his first win at his home track. And as Michael said earlier, if you want to get to UFC, root for Kyle Busch and no cautions, because right now that's the quickest route to wrapping things up on this Saturday afternoon at Las Vegas.
And if you want to see drama, let's throw the caution with about 5 laps to go and watch these boys scramble to the checkered.
You know, we've had overtime in the Sprint Cup Series. We've had it in the Truck Series in 2016. We haven't yet in the Xfinity Series. That'd be a nice way to finish it off.
Would be exciting.
You know, you talk about Daniel Suarez going to the whip. You can see right there. There goes Busch. Here comes Suarez. He is going to town now. That last time by, he picked up over a half a second on Kyle Busch. So he's found the handle back in that thing, and he's beginning to charge. Look at that. Visibly closing in on Busch.
You can definitely tell they said, and let her eat. You know, it's like an old horse race, and they come off of that last turn. They're pinned back and whipping in babies. He's definitely got the whip out.
And a little lap traffic here in front of Kyle Busch. 5 laps to go, and things starting to tighten up at the front. Eric Almirola there, the last car on the lead lap. You know he wants to maintain that lead lap position should we get a caution. See what Kyle can do with him here as they go into turn 3.
Wow, Almirola went right to the bottom of the track, took Kyle's lane away. Kyle's running that bottom line as much for handling, but also because it's the shortest way around this track.
Yeah, he's stuck right there between those two cars. His lap time, you know, showed it right there in a big way, half a second.
Kyle's going to have to change his line. Here comes Suarez to the bottom. Busch comes off the bottom around the outside.
Kyle makes the pass, but Almirola has no reason to hold up Suarez here now that he's a lap down. So the 19 should pretty easily get around that white 98. Clint said it. The advantage now 0.6 of a second. It is tight. Coming back to 3 laps to go.
I think this will tell the story here. Kyle got clean air. If he, he matched his lap time right there. You know Daniel's going for it, though.
And now, as we know, fuel is really, really tight for these guys. This is when it could start to rear its head. 2.5 laps remaining.
Couple of just a less than a second lead with your gas gauge on fumes.
Kyle Busch has been here 11 times in the Xfinity Series. 3 times he's finished second. Never gone to victory lane, less than 3 miles away.
But he's got company.
Getting to report drivers running out of gas with 2 to go.
Brandon Jones low on gas.
Kyle Busch just wants to see that white flag. At that point, he knows the next flag will end it, and we won't have overtime today here in Las Vegas. There it is, white flag. 1 lap remaining for Kyle.
But heavy traffic lies ahead for Busch. Look at all those lappers that he's going to have to deal with.
And they're saving fuel in a big way. So you know they're slow, and he's going to catch them fast and have to, you know, possibly make an evasive maneuver here.
What a dominating performance. Going to lead 199 of 200 laps. He's won 78 times in his Xfinity Series career. He'll never forget this one. The first at his hometown track. Get out the checkered flag for Kyle Busch. Finally, he's a winner at Las Vegas.
Boy's pretty good. That just seems like such a long run right there.
Got intense at the end, too, with Daniel coming. So, Kyle, you've won 78 of these things?
78.
I just won. Can I just get 1 off of you, brother?
Led over 16,000 laps. He surpassed that milestone today. Great effort, though, by Daniel Suarez, who had the pit stop issue early, came back to finish second, and Eric Jones. 2 speeding penalties on pit road. Spent more than 30 laps, 2 laps down, and for the 2nd straight week, he comes home on the podium.
We talked about Brandon Jones running low on fuel. He lost his spot there late to his teammate Austin Dillon, but he was able to come home in the 6th spot, right ahead of the other Dillon, Ty, who wound up rallying to a 7th place finish. It's always nice when you got enough gas to do a burnout, right?
Wasn't even close.
That's a hometown burnout right there.
You do this
best kind.
I was thinking this would probably be a good one.
5 times in the history of the Xfinity Series has a team had their drivers finish 1, 2, 3. 4 of those now belong to the coach, Joe Gibbs.
Hop out, Rowdy, and salute your hometown crowd.
Today is 16th start since coming back from injury. 8 of those resulting in trips to victory lane.
And you saw history made here today, leading all but 1 lap. That's the most dominant race in Xfinity history.
Yeah, it's
on a 1.5-mile track.
You know, we've watched Kyle win so many races, but you know this was special. You know he wants to win here more than any place, and boy, he got her done.
Be interesting to see how strong he is here tomorrow, keeping in mind because of his injuries, he didn't get to come home a season ago.
I'm done rooting for him. This is it. As soon as we're done right here, I'm not talking about him for the rest of the weekend. I got to go out and try to beat him.
Hate to tell the competition, but this is his 2nd of 6 consecutive starts in that 18 car here in 2016. Going to run 16 races, so the competition had to put up with him today. They'll have to do it again next week at Phoenix, where, oh, by the way, he's pretty good there too. Let's hear from Daniel Suarez. Chris?
And a great run from Daniel Suarez today. You were doing your best to try and run down Kyle Busch there. Did you have anything for him in those closing laps?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I just felt like it took me too much time to figure out how to be fast with a loose race car on traffic. I think in the end we were able to figure it out, but it took me 10 laps, and I lost like 2 seconds there, and then it was difficult to catch those 2 seconds back. But man, overall, I'm so proud of everyone in Joe Gibbs Racing, Skull Grapes, the entire 19 Irish Toyota team that did an amazing job. The car was super fast, one of the fastest out there, honestly, all the race long, and just a little short.
Great run by Daniel Suarez, and now he takes over the point lead. Matt?
And the man who's probably passed more cars than anyone the past 2 weeks, probably 900 cars, is Erik Jones. Would you like to just have one day where you didn't spot the field about 35 spots?
Yeah, I'd say that'd be a welcome for us. But overall, you know, fought back again, and another solid day out of it, another top 3 finish. So the one thing is we got really good race cars, and that's shown in the last 2 weeks there with how we've run, with Kyle winning the last 2 and us being up there and having a shot. But just wish we could have been in contention all day. I thought our Interstate Batteries Camry was good enough to run with Kyle at times, and really would have loved the shot to just kind of had him, I guess, straight up, you could say. So just go into next week and try it again.
Thank you. Adam?
Thank you, Matt. He talks about going to next week. Erik Jones' first NASCAR win. At the time, he was the youngest driver to win in the Camping World Truck Series a few years ago. Came at Phoenix International Raceway. He, too, is good on the short tracks, in the flat tracks, I should say. And Kyle Busch has won at Phoenix 8 times. So the rich get richer, I guess you could say. Kyle has made his way to victory lane. Coming back home this weekend for the first time since winning that Sprint Cup championship a year ago, and the weekend is off to a great start. A 1-2-3 finish for Joe Gibbs Racing, and at the front of the parade, Rowdy Busch. Let's go to Vince Welsh.
The crew is enjoying this one, and I can tell you, I know Kyle's enjoying it. Home sweet home. You finally won an Xfinity Series race in Las Vegas. How's that feel?
Yeah, it feels really good. Feels really good for as good as this car was. I hated to lose, but man, Daniel Suarez was coming on there at the end. He was really, really fast. So I can't say enough about everyone at Joe Gibbs Racing, all these guys on this Toyota Camry. It was really, really fast today. And we had good short run speed, but I thought we had even better long run speed there until the end, you know, kind of a swap of last week. But Larson was coming on at the end, and then Suarez again was coming on at the end. So I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe I'm laying over in the last run of the race. I don't know, getting tired. But no, this JGR engine powered Camry was fast. Can't say enough about NOS Energy Drink. Appreciate them. And this is 2 for 2, so it's pretty cool. And
check that box off here in Vegas. That's awesome too, and there's only one left, so we'll see if we can get it.
Checked it off with authority. Kyle Busch dominates at his home track in Las Vegas.
He was entertaining today. Clint, great having you up here with us as we watch Rowdy make history at Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's it's a lot of fun coming up here. I learn a lot coming up here. I watch where these cars are running. I've learned that Joe Gibbs Racing is really strong, not only in the Cup Series but the Xfinity Series. But just a great program. I love the series. I love the Cup drivers coming down in and watching these kids learn from them.
A fun afternoon with Kyle Busch getting the victory at his home track. Danielle.
Okay, Adam, thanks so much. Great work in the booth today. A fun afternoon as we show you the Xfinity results. Larry McReynolds, does Kyle Busch's wife Samantha and baby Brexton just hang out in victory lane, just anticipating the celebration?
They have a lawn chair and a playpen there. They just hang out.
Not so victorious for some others in the field. Only 11 drivers finishing this race from Las Vegas on the lead lap.
Who would ever believe Brad Keselowski would be 3 laps down? I know part of it was a loose wheel, but 3 laps down at any Xfinity Series race.
A 1-2-3 finish for Joe Gibbs Racing, their first victory in this series at Las Vegas. Daniel Suarez, he finishes second today. He now is your points leader. He takes a 3-point lead over Elliott Sadler. Thanks so much for joining us. The NASCAR Goes West Tour just beginning from the desert. Next week, we're at Phoenix International Raceway. We hope you join us then. A big night of UFC right here on FS1. Right now, the pre-fight show.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoy today's broadcast.